Hectic week, of course. School shootings. What else going on in the world today? All type of madness going on, ain't it?
Trump said he's gonna cut off food stamps.
Yeah, Trump been talking about he's gonna cut him some food stamps shortly. So, you know that little hustle of selling books of stamps. The shoes will soon be irrelevant.
I got some good news, bro.
Oh man, that's all praises, all praises. Come on home.
Something that we might need to be aware of too. This dude, John Collins Muhammad, right? For all men in this city of St. Louis. You got a bill like it's getting ready to get passed so that in the north side and some parts of the south side, homeowners can buy property on their own block for $1. $1.
That was up.
It's an organization called the LRA. LRA? The LRA. They got a list of houses. These properties gonna be available on your block for $1.
Yeah, 4 quarters. Yeah, but it's certain stipulations come with it though. You got.
You already gotta prove it.
Yeah, and your bank account gotta match whatever it costs to fix it up, type
It's a
situation.
lot easier than what people think.
Yeah.
Justine Peterson can give you money for it. You know, there's a couple of other ways you can get the money to fix it up. It's doable, man.
Yeah, keep us posted on that, name of the bill and all that. You know what I'm saying? We can circulate that around to those that's looking for help. Shabbat Shalom, family. We got up on the board the psychology of Solomon. Y'all done heard of King Solomon before. Y'all done heard of King Solomon before. So we got up on the board the psychology of Solomon. Y'all know how we do before we throw down. Questions or concerns about anything disturbing you. And then, you know what I'm saying? We let the scripture speak for itself. Then we'll jump into the topic at hand. Sister, you had something? Oh yeah, you got 2 definitions of mamzer. One is what they call a mongrel or mixed breed. You feel me? Then the other definition, which fits most of the scriptures that people bring up, is a child of incest. So it's 2 definitions, right? Now you look at it and say, well, that's anybody that's of mixed breed, and that means we all mess around be mamzers, right? Then you got certain people like Ephraim and Manasseh, who had an Egyptian mama, but Jacob blessed them. You feel me? So when you're dealing with mamzer, just make sure you're dealing with the appropriate definition. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just deal strictly on one definition of it, then your understanding of scripture will be off. But if you were saying a child of incest, then that just got to do with certain priestly duties. They can never become a priest of the Most High. You feel me? Like being part of his congregation, like the priest, you got the congregation of the Most High, and you got the congregation of the people. To be a priest, you would have to be in the congregation of the Most High, officiate in his temple by certain laws. Now, everybody couldn't be no priest, right? If certain situations came about, then you just didn't make the cut. That don't mean you wasn't one of the Most High's people, he wouldn't deal with you, but you just couldn't make the cut. So most times we hear mamzer in the scripture, when they say a bastard, you look the word up and they say mamzer, it got 2 definitions. If you just run with the first one, then you're going to have a hard time explaining all these quote-unquote mixed nationalities of people that the Most High was dealing with in the script. You feel me? The other definition is a child of incest. And all it's saying is someone like that could be in the priesthood of the Most High. The priesthood, that is. You feel me? Officiating in the temple. I have excellent question. Anybody else got anything else? But we get down.
What was it?
It's about what a bastard was, biblically. Understand? So look, let's get into this then if ain't nobody got nothing. We got up on the board the psychology of Solomon. We're going to start in 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. We mainly going to be in Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, reading a little bit about the history of Solomon, what he was known for, his ups and his downs, and then allow that for you to examine yourself. Because everything that you desire to be in life successful, Solomon had it 1,000,000 times over. He had all the riches. He built whatever he wanted to build. Every desire he wanted, he pursued. He had all the women. He desired when he had 1,000. Right? And what will make that man say is all vain though? Out of everything you desire to have, your goals in life. And in the end, you got this man who achieved everything that you will never achieve. You ain't never gonna get on Solomon's level. Solomon's gold is still on the stock market today.
Yeah.
They still got his jewels. You understand? He was responsible for one of the world's 7 wonders, the temple of the Most High when it was standing. You'll never reach that level. Right? And what will make a man like that say, look, all that don't even mean nothing? Like, how quick do you forget certain things that happen for you? Blessings. You forget them quick. But if I ask you how much money you had in your pocket right now, you'll know down to the quarters in your pocket. Because you count your ones, but not your blessings. And we have short memories. Soon as a blessing go down, you forget about it. All right, so look, we're gonna study the mindset of Solomon today. Psychology means study of mind. Psyche means mind. Ology means study of. So we're gonna study the mind of Solomon, the wisest, most richest man ever. You understand? His ups and his downs. And then you can take this story and apply it to your life and see when you have a short memory or when you try to come up with an excuse on down the line. Oh, he's just old. He getting a little long in the tooth, you know. It's okay. Let him do a little sinning. I just start this off, 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. We're going to start out going into some of this history right here. Very important history. And when you're reading these scriptures, slow down. Start pulling out of them everything you can when you read. This is not a speed reading contest. You feel me? Like, see who can get through the Bible the quickest. It's all about the understanding. All right? And we're going to start this off in the book of the Kings. Say you come from a line of kings, right?
Right.
Well, we got a book of Kings. All right? 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. Let's start at verse 1. Let's get some understanding.
We're in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. And Solomon made affinity with Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and took Pharaoh's daughter and brought her into the city of David, until he had made an end of building his own house, and the house of the Most High, and the wall of Jerusalem round about.
What do you mean he made an affinity with Pharaoh? What that mean? He made an affinity with him. Then they go right into a daughter being exchanged as a wife. What you say, Moshe? What you say, Moshe?
Lasting covenant, agreement.
Yeah. Like a treatment, like a treaty today. You feel me? Like some type of treaty between nations. Like, look, we cool. You feel me? In exchange for this what we got going on, I want your daughter as a wife. Like, men would sit down over nations and discuss business like that. Yeah. So this furthers the peace between us, because you ain't gonna be quick to attack me knowing, you feel me, I got your daughter as a wife. So they would do that. You feel me? Okay, well, we getting cool as the heads of these nations. Well, part of the deal would be, I want your daughter as a wife. You feel me? So this is Solomon being political. It may have not been just for the love and the looks. You feel me? He like, well, look, I need to make a treaty with this nation right here, and let's go ahead and make this agreement. This is a political maneuver. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Only the people sacrificed in high places,
Yeah.
because there was no house built unto the name of the Most High until those
And
days.
the temple hadn't been built yet. David wanted to build a temple, but the Most High told him, your heart's in the right spot, but you got too much blood dripping off your elbows. You a man of war. It's right, well, for the most part, righteous blood. He was still guilty of killing Uriah, having him killed to take his wife. You feel me? And that stain never left David. But his heart was in the right place. He wanted to build a temple, but he's like, you got too much blood on your hands. Your son's gonna build. All right, so the temple hadn't been built as of yet, right here. All right, come on now.
And Solomon loved the Most High, walking in the statutes of David his father. Only he sacrificed and burnt incense in high places. And the king went to Gibeon to sacrifice there, for that was the great high place. 1,000 burnt offerings did Solomon offer upon the altar. In Gibeon, the Most High appeared to Solomon in a dream by night. And Yah said, ask what I shall give thee.
So
and Solomon,
he on that level to where the Most High actually appeared to him. was dealing with them one-on-one. You know, a lot of folks don't get to that spot in their life. I mean, people claim that, but to be on a level to where you that wise and you feel me, you connected with the Heavenly Father like that, to where he deal with you. Huh? All right, let's read, he wrote.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
And Solomon said, Thou hast showed unto thy servant David, my father, great mercy, according as he walked before thee in truth and in righteousness and in uprightness of heart with thee. And thou hast kept for him this great kindness. And thou hast given him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day.
Right out the gate, he bring up his father David. Your righteousness or your wickedness does affect the children. Right? Because David was so down with the Most High, even though he tripped it a few times, he was so down with the Most High, based off of how, the work he put down, Solomon was spared. You feel me? Even when Solomon went off, Solomon was spared, based on the fact that his daddy was putting it down. Like, yo, what you do affects your children in some way, shape, form, or fashion. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
And now, O Lord, my power, thou hast made thy servant king instead of David, my father. And I am but a little child. I know not how to go out or come in.
Yeah.
And thy servant is in the midst of thy people, which thou hast chosen, a great people that cannot be numbered nor counted for multitude. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart.
Give your servant a who?
An understanding heart.
Heart meaning your mind. In order for me to rule this people, I gotta have an understanding mind. See, I'm just a child. I don't know how to go out or come in. So the Most High asked him, what you want of me? What do you require of me? And he say, I'll give your servant an understanding heart. Out of anything you could ask the Most High, he asked for understanding. All right, come on now.
Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart, to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people?
So he basically just asked for wisdom. I need to be able to judge your people, to discern between what's right and what's wrong. Right, I'm about to rule your people, this nation. I need an understanding heart. This task is too great for me. All right, come on now.
And the speech pleased the Most High, that Solomon had asked this thing.
See? Come on.
And Yah said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment.
See that? You ain't asked for riches, long life, or the necks of your enemies. You asked for wisdom and understanding heart. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and an understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee.
Wow. To this day, Solomon's name ring bells. They talk about King Solomon, whether it be good or bad. Right? And even us, to this day, even though we know he went off, we still read Proverbs. We still read Ecclesiastes and Wisdom of Solomon. We still read Solomon's works to learn from where he slipped at. All right, come on now.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days.
Solomon is elevated at this point. He's like, look, I'm gonna hook you up. Nobody before you or after you will even compare to how I'm finna deal with you. That's major. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And if thou wilt walk in my ways.
It's always conditional though. It ain't like, okay, that's what it is and Solomon's free just to do whatever he wants. When the Most High deal with you, is always conditional. It's not unconditional. It's conditional. If you love me, keep my commandments. Right? The scriptures say the Most High hates evil. He hates the sinner. In your mind, you're like, no, but the Lord loved me. Not if you're doing everything that's against him. You feel me? If you continue to keep going against him, he got a spot for you. So he tells Solomon, look, I'll deal with you. I know what you're talking about. I'll make you greater than everybody that came before you and after you. But you got to keep my charge, though. You got to obey the rules. Stipulations. So it's not unconditional love. We just learned that. It's conditional love. You can't come to the Most High and expect him to forgive you and you ain't willing to change and turn away from evil. All right, come on now, let's get it.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
And if thou wilt walk in my ways, to keep my statutes and my commandments as thy father David did walk, then I will lengthen thy days. And Solomon awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And he came to Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of the Most High, and offered up burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings, and made a feast to all his servants.
The Most High just appeared to him, confirmed everything he asked. I got you, but make sure you're doing what I command you to do. He wakes up out his dream like, dang, let me go off on the altar to the Most High, thanking him for this, right? Make a feast. Let's read.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Then came there two women that were harlots unto the king, and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my Lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also. And we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two in the house.
So this is a matter, this is a court situation going on. Over a child, custody of a child. Let's see how the king deal with this. All right, let's read Hebrew.
And this woman's child died in the night, because she overlaid it. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And when I rose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear.
There's all type of madness going on here. A baby died, you done took the live baby, claimed it is yours, to put the dead baby over there with her. Right, and Solomon got to judge this matter. Remember, he just asked for a wise and understanding heart. So he got to use the wisdom the Most High gave him and properly make a righteous judgment concerning the custody of this child right here. Think about all the options you do today to get custody. I trip off what the king did. Let's read out.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
And the other woman said, Nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son.
They arguing back and forth. That's my baby. No, it ain't. Come on, Hebrew.
Thus they spake before the king. Then said the king, the one saith, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other saith, Nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living.
There's a dilemma here, right? There's a dilemma. What do you do? Remember, he just asked for wisdom to be able to judge Israel, to make a righteous discernment between what's right and what's wrong. All right? Now, the measures he go to may offend some of y'all up in here. May offend you. You feel me? But if you take your mindset up off what you've learned this whole time, just deal with the topic at hand. He asked for wisdom that he can righteously judge his people. And then here comes a problem. Like problems gonna arise. Now you gotta exercise his wisdom you got. All right, let's read Hebrew.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king.
What the king asked for? A sword for? Because however anybody answer once the fear of death is on the table, you understand? Based off how they answer, you're gonna know who's telling the truth and who not. You feel me? Sometimes fear causes you to move in a way, you understand, that's gonna bring the truth out. So he like, pass me a sword. You know, everybody's heart probably fell out their chest. Like, what do you want a sword for? We just talking about who the baby mama is. What you mean? He like, pass me that sword. We gonna get to the bottom of this real quick. right? Any psychologist will tell you that, studying of the mind. You feel me? If fear is on the table, based off how somebody move and talk, you gonna know where the truth is at. So bring me that sword. Come on, Hebrew.
And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, divide the living child in two, and give half to the one and half to the other.
Solomon like, cut him in half. Since y'all can't decide who the baby, who the baby mama is, who's the mother of the child, cut that baby in half, and both of y'all take a half and get up out of here. Now, sisters, you already know. Imagine yourself at this court proceeding, right? And you know that's your baby. But the king dead set on chopping the baby in half, right? What do? Huh? Give her the, you see what I'm saying? Because as a mother, the real mother gonna act in a way to preserve the baby's life. You feel me? Solomon knew that. So based off of whoever operate like this, I'm gonna put this fear of death on the table. Chop the baby in half. Now whoever move in the spirit of preserve that baby life, that's the mama. Whoever say, look, yeah, cut his ass in half. Yeah, go ahead. That ain't the mama, right? But you see the measures he went to get a truthful answer. Huh? We talking about mind. We talking about the study of one's mind here. And he had just asked for wisdom to righteously judge a situation, and it popped right up on him. You feel me? And so the measure that he went to may seem extreme to you, but don't forget he asked this type of wisdom from the Most High, and he gave it to him. He asked for wisdom, and he gave it to him, and he got a right answer out of it. Instead of arguing and lip wrestling for a whole hour. What you say? No, y'all kind of trying to break up fights and all that. Yeah, no, we gonna get later for the funnies. You about to get to the bottom of this right now. Give me a sword. Oof. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 26.
Yeah.
Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my Lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it.
Look at her. You know that ain't the mama. She like, look, I want you to grieve with me. Let it be not neither mine or thine. Kill that baby. The mama like, no, spare that baby, like, give it to her. First get a truthful reaction about it at times, They use some of that when they interrogate you. Feel me? CIA, FBI, past 48, last 48, whatever. They use some fear tactics because they know once that fear on that table, you gonna get the stuttering and well, we know what happened was. Yeah, they get all this psychology out the Bible though, man. All right, let's read that.
Verse 27.
Yeah.
Then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged. And they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of Yah was in him to do judgment.
So and then his fame spreads even more. And he getting that fear of that reference from his people, because they like, look, that was intense up in there. The way he was looking, that baby's about to be filleted. You understand? So you know how your people talk, word travels. To where people are fearing who the Most High anointed is king now. You feel me? That what he did to get a truthful situation, a truthful answer out the situation, people like, dang, that was cold. After it all went down, you're like, man, that was cold. How he did that. I wonder if he really was gonna chop that baby in half for real. You know how people get to going around. You know, after the matter is over, you get to, you know, your mind go all over the place. You dig? But the fact of the matter is he got a truthful answer, and he brought some type of fear to the table. But that wisdom, that discernment, he got that from the Most High. He asked it from him. You understand? REI, you saying something?
No, I'm just saying those hypotheticals that they put out there after the fact.
Yeah.
Like you said, I wonder if he really was, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. All right, so we got that 1 Kings chapter 3, right? Solomon asked for understanding, wisdom, to judge his people, and the Most High like, look, I'm going to give you that plus riches, plus glory. I'm going to give you everything you didn't even ask for. So seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and everything will be added to you. Messiah said it centuries later. You feel me? But Solomon was even going through that back then. If you seek the kingdom first and his righteousness, whatever your heart's desire, you can have. But play at your own risk. Enter at your own risk. You know, if ain't a lifeguard on duty, they tell you swim at your own risk. Just dealing with wisdom, there's righteousness and there's wickedness. Is people wise in the evil matters? Passover short-leggers, Passover rehearsal. Y'all make sure y'all handle y'all business. Don't be sneaking out of class. Y'all handle y'all business. Pesach rehearsal. Think we all good. All right, y'all dropped it. Let's go to Proverbs, the first chapter. Proverbs, the first chapter. We just read about Solomon, his wisdom, right? How he prayed for wisdom and an understanding heart, and the Most High gave him glory and honor and riches behind it. And one of his most famous court cases that he tried was the two harlots that had the babies, and one of the babies died, and she switched the living baby with hers, and gave her the dead baby, and woke up like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they brought this matter to Solomon, right? And he made a wise judgment on the matter to get a truthful situation out of the whole thing. We gonna find out real quick who tells the truth and who lying. All right, Proverbs chapter 1. Start at verse 1 for me, y'all.
We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, starting at verse 1.
Yeah.
The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction.
So the whole purpose of these proverbs or these parables is to know what?
Wisdom and instruction.
This is beneficial for you. To know wisdom and instruction. Come on now.
To perceive the words of understanding. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity. To give subtlety to the simple. To the young man, knowledge and discretion.
The young man who?
Knowledge and
To
discretion.
the young man, knowledge and discretion. So the whole purpose of these proverbs is for your advantage. To where you would have a wise and understanding heart, just like the king who prayed to the Most High for it. So he writes how the Most High deal with him down in these proverbs, so you could come along and read them in a future generation. Remember, we knew or know that the Most High was dealing with him directly, appeared to him. I'm gonna grant everything you ask, right? So these are proverbs that was on his mind, and he used to have them jotted down. That way you can see firsthand how the Heavenly Father was dealing with this man. All right, let's read, Hebrew.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning. And a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Attain unto who?
Wise counsel.
Now here, I'm gonna hit some of this board up too. Y'all check this out right here. Proverb. Right, do a little Hebrew real quick for the assembly. Y'all can leave it up here so y'all can check it out. The word for proverb in the Hebrew language, proverb. All right, you got a mem, a shin, a lamed, and a yo. It's pronounced mish lay. All right, put it down here how it's pronounced. All over mish lay. Mish lay. That's how you say proverb. When you read proverbs in Hebrew, it'll say mish lay. All right. The word for dominion or rulership in Hebrew is almost the same exact word. It's mashal, meaning dominion. Okay? Now, what's the difference between this right here and this word right here? What's the difference? Anybody know? What's the only difference?
Yo.
Don't look at these dots down here and none of that. What's the only difference in this word? Huh? Well, y'all know what this, you know what this letter is?
Says a yo, didn't it?
Mashal, know you know what that letter is? Yay. With a yo, yeah. Just make the Y sound equal right here. That's the only difference between proverb and dominion. It's this little symbol that looks like a 7 meter. It's called a yod. When this goes on the end of this simply means, proverb means my dominion, my rulership. So what you get out of it is the flexion of mental superiority. When he was throwing proverbs out there wasn't like just some average cat on the streets. You feel me? Red pill, blue pill, red fish, blue fish. This was him flexing his mental capability. It means my dominion. I need you to look that up in the concordance when you can. You're gonna look up actual proverb in there, and you're gonna see the definition simply means mental superiority. Because where do you rule first before you rule in the physical? In your mental. All right, so my dominion, that's what proverb means. It comes from this word right here, mashal, which means dominion. When you put the yod at the end of it, it means my dominion, my rulership. And in the ancient world, that's how they used to flex to see if you really was about something. If you knew how to get down in parables. They come and test your wisdom. See how deep you was. That's why the Queen of Sheba came at Solomon. We need H4912. H4912. Let me find it for me. Read this out the definition real quick for y'all. The only difference in proverb and dominion is that yod at the end of there, which makes it possessive. It simply means my dominion. All right, so H4912 is where we go. Right here. Read that for me, y'all. 4912 over there. That's the definition for proverb when you look up proverb of King Solomon. What that definition say, y'all?
It's mashal. Apart from 4910 in some original sense of superiority and mental action.
Superiority and mental action. That's what these proverbs are. These are parables from the heavenly realm and how the heavenly Father was dealing with Solomon. So when you read proverbs to this day, it's never to be read like you just sweep this up under the rug or you could have came up with it. It's mental superiority. That's what proverbs mean. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And mental action. Let's say a pithy maxim.
Well, you know how to pronounce that, orator. Come on.
Usually a metaphor, nature, hence a simile.
A simile, a metaphor. You feel me? It's something, a comparison given so you can think of something on a deeper level. The Messiah spoke in parables. He told you earthly stories with heavenly meanings to them. Whether it was fishing, planting seeds, building, everything he taught had to do with something higher than what you were seeing right there in front of you. He spoke in parables. He was flexing his mental superiority. Right. All right, come on, Hebrew.
As an adage, poem, discourse, byword, like, parable, proverb.
That's what a proverb is. And it comes from the same word as dominion. Mental superiority. Meaning those that are wise will have rulership. That's what they go into. Better that than a rich, foolish king. Y'all seen Game of Thrones, that one little joker became king? Joffrey. Well, he's foolish though. He's a tyrant. The wise will have rulership. Somebody ask something? No, go ahead, Al. You said who, Hebrew? Dominion, rulership, dominion, mashal. Proverb is mishle. It's the same word that got a yod at the end of it. And when you see that yod at the end of anything, it becomes possessive. It means my dominion, my wisdom, my rulership. All right? And this is what Solomon asked the Most High for. All right, so let's get back to Proverbs chapter 1. Notice it said in here, to know wisdom and instruction, right? To perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity that gives subtlety to the simple, right? Subtlety or discretion to the simple. You feel me? Simple simply means those that are naive. You feel me? Really don't think matters through. So it's to give discretion to you. All right? So these proverbs that Solomon asked from the Most High, you understand, is all for your embetterment, not to destroy you. All right, let's read out.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark saying.
Yeah, that's what the whole purpose of Proverbs is. All right? So you can get on a level. Everything ain't surface level when you're dealing with the script. Come on now.
The fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge.
Wow.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
So it says the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge, right? So you can't even understand what knowledge is without the fear of the Lord, without the fear of God. Whatever you think you know, you don't know. You feel me? Or you don't have what true knowledge or the knowledge he talking about. He ain't talking about college credits. He ain't talking about you done pass the bar or something like that. Feel me? Talking about eternal knowledge, jewels that you need to prosper in this life and the world to come. Right? So if you don't have the fear of the Almighty, you haven't even experienced what his knowledge is or his wisdom. All right, come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother.
Right, for those as parents in here, you can understand that. You constantly giving your children instructions. Right? That's your job. Your job is to train your children. Not to, turn a blind eye to evil or be their friend. Your job is to train them. And we come right out, my son, look, listen to your father and listen to your mother. Right? Because you ain't going to tell your child nothing that's going to hurt them. All right? Let's read, Hebrew.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head.
Wow.
And chains about thy neck.
So if you listen to your father and your mother, you understand? Take it deeper. If you listen to the Most High, to be a crown on your head and a chain about your neck. Do you understand? Like listening is beneficial for you in every way, physically and spiritually. And it's just showing, letting you know the Most High crowned you, like you'll be shining. Well, even without physical jewels on, you'll be shining. All right, come on now.
My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
So if you being seduced by, it's peer pressure. That's what I say today. It's all peer pressure, right? But right out the gate, Solomon is letting it be known that, look, if you get seduced by your friends and do something you know you ain't supposed to be doing, don't do it. This the same man that asked wisdom from the Most High to discern between right and wrong. And he has to pass this to his children. Why was you wise if you ain't giving to the short legs? Right? So right out the gate, because you know your children running packs. They got partners and homeboys and homegirls, right? So training memo number 1, look, if you get enticed to do something that's wrong, don't do it. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
If they say, come with us, let us lay wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause.
Now you see what this is about. This is about a strong arm robbery and shed innocent blood.
About to go down.
Right? We see this all too well. In a society that doesn't promote the commandments of the Most High, there's going to be lawlessness. So this just turned real because your child could be in a situation where they being seduced to shed innocent blood and rob something, which is totally against the Most High. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit.
No regard for life. So you already know if there's no regard for your God, there's no regard for his people. Right? If you've been told the whole time your God, you're not accountable to him. There's no laws to follow. You understand? You end up becoming an enemy of his, so the brother sitting next to you, you don't care about. I hear you talking, you don't care about. As soon as you inconvenience and you need to go do something, you're going to go do that. If you done spit in your God face, the man next to you don't mean nothing. That's what's happening in this little crowd right here. They like, look, let's swallow them up alive like the grave. Let us work privily for them. Let's shed this innocent blood. Come on, man. Let's get it. Let's read, my brother.
We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast in thy lot among us. let us all have one purse.
Like, yeah, let's agree to it, and then whatever, you know what I'm saying, we get, we'll split. But you notice you still, as the one so-called being peer pressure, still have to agree to go. You feel me? That's why you got to train your children to stand up for the right thing, period. Later for peer pressure and being embarrassed. We used to laugh at Trey growing up, boys in the hood. Trey was like, let me out the car, oh, a dough, let me out the car. And we grew up in a society where we like, oh, man, you weak, you soft. But he actually did the right thing. Let me about this car. You see what I'm saying? Everything's backwards here. You look at Trey like he was wrong. But in spirit, Trey was right. Let me out this car. You understand? Because y'all about to go shed some blood and I don't want no parts of it. That's how your children got to be. You got to arm them with that spirit. You feel me? To be bold in the Most High. They don't like it, tell them call you daddy. Now I come up there. So they go to school with that like confidence. Like if I know anything go sideways, my old dude showing up. And everybody going to have to answer to him. They send them to school in that spirit. So they don't be afraid to stand up for what's right. Because in the end, they going to have to choose to go to ride along with them and shed that innocent blood. You understand? And for the sake of what? Peer pressure? Hood rules that they're not even living by no more? Hood rules are not eternal.
No.
They wasn't snitching 10 years ago. Everybody snitching now. It's the end thing. The same hood rules that it was 20 years ago are not the same rules today.
No.
Because they're not eternal. They're not the laws of the Most High.
That's right.
They're made up by the vain nature of men.
Also, man, on that example you gave with Trey, man, I mean, even if he did go and he did not pull the trigger, you're going to be guilty by association.
That's right.
There's going to be in a new situation regardless.
Exactly. That's why the scriptures say, if sinners entice you, my son, get into your children young. If you told to do something, stand up bold and say, no, I ain't doing that. Right? You never have to cower down to evil. We got that bad as a people. Like you a tiptoe around evil. No, we not cowering to what's evil around her.
No.
You feel me? You gonna be tucking your chain around us. We're not cowering and tiptoeing through no tulips because there's a whole bunch of wickedness going on. We're here to bring the light to the situation. You gotta raise your children in the same spirit, man. They gotta want to do right because they see how bold you are to do right. You feel me? Then that spirit pass off on them. All right, where we at? Let's get it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 15.
Solomon asked for a wise heart from the Most High to discern between what was right and wrong, and he passed it down to his son. Right? If you entice to do evil, don't do it. Let's read, Hebrew.
My son,
Yeah.
walk not thou in the way with them. Refrain thy foot from their path.
Come on.
For their feet run to evil, and make haste to shed blood.
Feel me? They can't wait to shed innocent blood. Wrong crowd to be in, son. Come on, Hebrew.
Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof.
You see that? So is everyone that's greedy of gain. You feel me? Like you straight kill someone, you feel me, for what you call a Federal Reserve note. Dead slave owners. That's what you kill, you take somebody's life away for that. Because you're greedy of gain. Let's read, my brother.
Verse 20.
Yeah.
Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the street.
Now, it's the flip side of it. Wisdom is there. There's always an out. You can always choose to not do what you know is wrong. You can always choose that. Wisdom is constantly there. You always got you an out. But are you going to take it? Come on, Hebrew.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse.
Right where all the traffic going down in the chief place of concourse. Right where they shopping at. Right where you plot to do evil, wisdom is always there like, hey, don't do that. Let's read,
In the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words, saying,
Yeah.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Good question. How long will the foolish love being foolish? Y'all got a phrase today, y'all call somebody petty. That's petty. But that's Hebrew too, that means simple. Petty. You feel me? You actually speaking this without even knowing it. So when you say he petty, you saying he's simple. The scriptures are asking, how long will the simple love simplicity? How long will you be void of wisdom? Like, how long you gonna be an impulse decision maker? Like, you just make decisions on the impulse. You wing everything. So when somebody look at you wrong, you on 100. Got me messed up. Everything, nothing's calculated, nothing's thought through. Everything you think, speak, and do, you got to give account of, but you don't care. Right? How long will we be simple in our understanding, our thought, our talk, and our walk? That's the question. How long you gonna love simplicity? How long you gonna love not applying wisdom to everything you do? Let's read.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? How long will the scorners talk crazy, and fools despise or hate knowledge? Come on,
Turn you at my reproof.
Do what?
Turn you at my reproof.
Come on.
Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
You have to turn to the reproof of the Most High, which is found in these scriptures, not your own feelings. I know it's hard. You be like, nah, look, the scriptures say turn to the reproof of the Lord. Then I'll pour my words out. I'll make known my spirit unto you, because you corrected your actions and your thinking. Right? You can't have the spirit or the Holy Spirit of the Most High, but you're not in subjection to his reproof. There's correction. We read things sometimes and straight, you're like, man, I got to get that together. I'm tripping. You feel me? Ouch, that cut. That's serious right there. Right? But you can't have the Holy Spirit of the Most High and can't nobody tell you nothing. You're beyond the reproof and correction. What scripture is that?
Right.
But you feel with the Holy Spirit though. Every decision, look, every word, you know, he said every idle word you got to give an account of in the day of judgment, right? By your words you're going to be justified, and by your words you're going to be condemned. So that means everything you say is being recorded. Now think about it. You know, if you knew somebody had you under surveillance or investigation, you move totally different. If you knew them people was watching you, you're going to watch how you talk on the phone. You're going to watch you lie over your crib. And when you drive, you're going to be checking that rear view mirror. When you know man is watching, and you switch up how you move. But the Most High is watching and recording everything, and you still don't have his fear in you. You fear men. That's who you fear, man.
Yep, straight up.
Because you know the scriptures say his eyes are in every place. Beholding the good and evil, and his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than that sun in that firmament up there. That you barely can even look at when it's at high noon. He said his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than that, beholding the good and the evil, recording everything you say, but you ain't switched up how you move.
Yep.
But if you knew the FBI was watching you, you would switch up how you move. You be talking in code all on the phone. All in your rear view mirror, I'm getting followed. You'll switch up for man, but not for the Most High.
Go back to that belief, man.
Is that wisdom? If you knew the Most High was recording everything, you wouldn't be so quick to flat foot cuss somebody out.
Straight up.
Or to gossip about somebody. Or to slander somebody. Because you know you got to give an account for that. And when you give an account for it, you know he not hearing, but I just thought it was what it was because I felt. And he the answer for matter before he heareth the matter to him and his father. How many of y'all arrive at decisions before you even heard the whole matter out? We just loose lipping. We just sloppy in our thinking, our speaking, and our actions, and we actually think we gonna be justified in that day. Knowing you being recorded and watched, and he in your thoughts. What you do with that thought? Did you entertain that? Did you ignore it? Or did you rebuke it? What you do? You know how you be riding something evil crash through your mind? You be like, man, where did that come from? It's time you go to war at that point, man. You just got slapped. Devil just slapped you up. And you can either ignore it like he ain't finna slap you again, Huh? Or you can entertain it and say, thank you, sir, may I have another? Or you can move out the way, rebuke them, cut them with the word. That's what you called to do. Let's read, my brother. What else we got over here?
We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 24.
Yeah.
Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regards.
So you mean you swiping left on the Lord? You know how somebody call your phone, you want to talk to them? You swipe left to the red phone button over there, end the call. He said, I've been calling, but you ain't been picking up. I've been giving instruction, but you've been leaning to your own thing. Right? I mean, it's for all of us, men, women, and children. You know that point in your mind when you start compromising, when you know what the Most High say, but you like, well, he probably ain't gonna be mad for me if I just do this. Wrong mindset. Wrong mindset to be in, especially when you send your children to school and you expect them to act right all the time. You don't give your babies a day off to act bad. Go to school, handle their business, don't be talking back. You understand? They call me, I'm coming up there. That's what it is every day. You don't never even give them a day off just to be a child today. Just be evil today, you're good. So if your children are not allowed to be evil for 1 nanosecond, what make you think the Most High gonna forget you?
Right.
And you start making excuses to go against what you know you're supposed to be doing. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 25.
Yeah.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof.
Yeah.
I also will laugh at your calamity.
I will what?
I will laugh at your calamity.
Wow.
I will mock when your fear comes.
See? Most High said, I'm doing me some laughing and some mocking in that day. So, contrary to popular belief, that call ain't gonna always come through. Time gonna come where his hand ain't gonna be reached out. Because when it get real, everybody call on the Most High. You get a near-death experience, you get shot, facing 50 years in jail, you get spiritual all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why scripture says, seek him in your youth when everything going good for you. Why it gotta be until you going through something life-threatening, now you all of a sudden spiritual now. Right? He said the time is coming where I'm gonna be doing the laughing and the mocking. Because I've been calling you and you ain't got back yet. I've been calling you and you refused. Remember, this is Solomon being inspired by the Most High. He asked him for this wisdom and he's sharing it with us right now. The day is coming where the Most High gonna laugh and mock at you. Like, who is you? Who? I'm a little so-and-so off Cobra. I don't even know who you is. Depart from me. Next. Like, this is court we having here.
Right.
You ain't gonna have time to plead your case, and he got over 7 billion souls to judge. You think this finna be a drawn out process?
Docket full, huh, boy?
Docket full. Ain't no blowing trial. Ain't no failure to appears. Judgment day. It's gonna be real quick. Your trial gonna be quick. It ain't finna be all, but see what? Get the books, open the books. No. Toe tag and bag him, get him out of here. Next.
Ain't no continuation.
No, ain't none of that. Ain't gonna be no long, weak trials, none of that. He got over 7 billion souls to judge. You talking about every soul that ever came into existence. 7 billion people on earth right now. Plus everybody that ever came and died. You think your trial finna be holding up judgment day. Nah, what you been doing? What you got for me? You in your pockets, you ain't got nothing. No lint, ain't got a quarter. What you got for me? But I was, I used to jump from the free throw line. I was LeBron James. Surely you heard of me. And the Lord gonna be like, ooh, my servant LeBron. Dang, you tight. Shooting half court threes. Ooh, Steph Curry. Dang, you tight with that three. Like, what you gonna say to the Most High is gonna have him like, ooh, that was tight. Nothing. You feel me? What you got for me? Like, you been keeping my commands? What you been doing? Why Michael Jordan just jump from the free throw line with my tongue out? You ain't got. There's nothing you can tell the Most High that you do that's gonna have him in ooh mode.
Right.
You feel me? Ain't nothing you do that you can brag to him about. Either you fulfilled your purpose or you didn't. You wasn't born a carpenter or a plumber. You was born a son or a daughter of the Most High. Now everything else you do, you just do to feed your family. Call it that. Say, that's what I do to feed my family. We'll leave it at that. But you wasn't, my beloved brother in the back, he wasn't born a music producer. He's a very talented music producer. One of the best we've ever heard, but nonetheless, he wasn't born there. He was born a son of the Most High. Now he can be better than Dr. Dre on this level and do his thing. But if it wasn't about the kingdom, then all that was fine. It don't mean nothing. Mm-hmm. You wasn't born, Mike wasn't born a truck driver. He drive trucks all over the country right here. He was born a son of the Most High to fulfill his purpose. You understand? So you can feed your family all day, but still miss the mark. There's a day coming where the Most High is going to laugh and mock us because we didn't take advantage of the grace that he gave to get right. All right, what else to say?
Verse 27.
Yeah.
When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Wow.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me.
Yeah, when it get tight. When draws get tight, they start riding up that rear end. Yeah, when it's all bets off. Like in Hawaii, last month, they thought life was over in Hawaii. Last month, they thought North Korea launched nuclear. They was throwing babies in the sewers. They thought they had 10 minutes left to live. When it get real like that, you get to call. You get to call on the Lord. It don't be none of that. Oh, Buddha, save me. Oh, Hotep, Lord. There ain't none of that when it get real. Your soul cries out to its creator. Shalom. Your soul cries out to its creator when it get real. So he say when your fear and your desolation cometh, there's a whirlwind. When all hell break loose. Come on, Hebrew.
Then shall they call upon me. But I will not answer.
Wow.
They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Most High.
Yeah, because you don't know knowledge unless you have the fear of the Most. We talking about heavenly knowledge. Unless you got that fear and that deep reverence for the Most High, like everything I think, say, and do, I'm being recorded. That means everything you do on the other side of midnights, that you know you ain't supposed to be doing, that you feel smaller than that when you get done doing it, all that is being recorded. Evidence being stacked against you. You know that he's still going to try to block him out later on tonight. Right. I'm going to block him out. Yeah, it's all good. Surely he's going to forgive me. Unless you got that fear like, I know daddy is watching. He got eyes everywhere. You understand? Then you don't know wisdom or knowledge. Because everything you do, you feel you ain't accountable. And you feel as if you can blame somebody. Adam tried to blame his woman. No, that's not going to fly either. You try to blame somebody, that's the deflection. You know what I'm saying? When you know the heat is on you and you say, but so-and-so, you ain't say nothing to them. Yeah, no, sit in that hot seat. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 30.
Yeah.
They would none of my counsel.
Come on.
They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices.
Your own imaginations you're going to be filled with. You don't want the Lord's reproof? You don't want to get down with him? Lay down then. That's cold though. You say, well, dang, not my God. What you mean? Not my sweet Jesus. See, you want to serve a God that don't hold you accountable. You want to be free to do whatever you want. There's a religion called Thelema out here. You can join that. Made up by Satanists. They only law is do what you want to do. Fulfill every erotic desire. Do what you want to do. That's what you're here for. But your soul know better. So when it comes to rules and discipline, you don't want that. When I say you, I'm speaking about us as a people in general. I ain't just speaking about, you know what I'm saying, us down here per se, but us as a people in general. You don't want to be accountable, period. In your relationships, you don't want to be accountable. Dealing with the Most High, you don't want to be accountable. Right? Even though you live in a world that has all type of laws and bylaws. You can't get a job and do what you want to do. You can't go take a test at school and answer, well, I answer how I want to answer. you gonna what? Flunk that test, buddy. Everything has accountability. Everything. So when it comes to the Most High, the Negro has in his spirit that he doesn't have to be accountable. That's the wrong mindset. You see how slick and snot Satan is, boy? He showed them fooled our people. Accountability is off the table. Everything I think, speak, and do, I ain't gotta even answer for that. I'm cool. Come on, Hebrew. Let's read. That ain't what we reading right here. All right, come on now.
Verse 32.
Yeah.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them,
Ooh.
and the prosperity of fools shall destroy
You know what
them.
he say? The turning away of the simple shall slay them. If the simple are those that are not taking heed to the reproof of the scripture. Right? If you turn away from that, that's going to be your death. You say, dang, why I got to be like that? Everything, look, how that little baby stick a metal knife in a socket somewhere. You finna be nice at it? Yeah, baby, please, stop sticking the knife in the wall. Huh? You like, get your, did I tell you? So that baby, you know, like, why did you love that baby? You don't want the baby to electrocute itself. And the way you got them to recognize and make a wise decision, was it a smooth soliloquy? Was it, Eve, stop, baby. No, don't stick the fork in the socket, daughter. Get yo, I told you. And they like, dang.
Is that serious?
But they understood it, that it's life and death. That's serious. So even the baby, based off how you react, and start switching up, like, dang, I'm tripping. I see the way Big Mom was acting after I did that. Let me not do that no more. But you did it because you loved her, right? But if the baby continue on and say, I'll later for what my mama talking about, whatever, I'm going to stick me some forks in that electrical socket. Eventually that child is going to get hurt. So when it says the turning away of the simple shall slay them, that's the truth. You can't get mad at the Most High and you make these same judgment calls every day. It may not be nice. You feel me? A correction don't come off. Nobody got to speak smooth to you every time. Correction is grievous. This is what it is, but it make you examine yourself and say, you know what, I'm tripping. Sometimes you got to be jawed awake, man. You know, sometimes you can't come in the room and, you know, twinkle, twinkle, little stars. Yeah, try to get my babies up like that. I ain't had that. Hey, get up! Like you got to straight roll at times to get your point across. But that don't mean there's not love. You feel me? Like we got everything backwards today. You think you got to be spoken to in your inside voice? You can't be corrected above measure. Your opinion matters. When the scripture said the turning away of the simple is going to kill them. And the prosperity of fools, what did it say, boy? The prosperity of what?
Shall destroy
The
them.
prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Because you figure you secure, even though you know the stock market just dropped 666 points 2 Fridays ago. And then when the following Monday came and dropped even further, the world markets lost $4 trillion in 2 days. So many people pensions and 401ks out the window. Huh? And you figure just because you put up, you know, you got you a little something put up that you secure. That's going to destroy you. Because you're not stacking heavenly treasures for the kingdom. You stacking Federal Reserve debt notes. That's what you stack. You ain't stacking wisdom, understanding. You feel me? Fruits of the spirit. You ain't stacking that. You stacking things for this temporary existence right now. And even though you see that fluctuating. All right, come on, Hebrew. Where we at?
Verse 33.
Yeah.
But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
That's beautiful. So if we hearken to the Most High, we should dwell in safety and be what with evil? And shall be quiet from the fear of evil. Either you believe it or you don't. Right? And us taking heed to the Most High, that's making a wise decision. You not listen to him, that's like you building a house on sand. It doesn't have a strong foundation at all. All right, Mama D, what's going on?
This last verse is assurance that if you really believe in the Most High, that He will have you. Because it just says that you should dwell until He shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from fear spirit of evil.
That's right.
And that's the people that talk about, I'm scared to go outside, I'm scared to do this,
Right.
I'm scared to do that. So this is an insurance that don't have that.
Yeah, he puts a hedge around those that fear him. Let's make your number one priority is the kingdom of heaven. If it's about what your goals in life are, that should come off your mouth first. Man, the kingdom of heaven. That's my goal. You feel me? Ask me what I do to feed my family. That's just another conversation. We can talk about that. You feel me? Some people, you know, are more occupied or more equipped than others. But what you do as a career move is what you do to feed your family. That's it. You feel me? Not sneezing at that, because that's major. But you can do all that and still miss the mark. That's why vanity of vanities, say of the preacher. All is vanity. All right, let's drop this, go to 1 Kings, the 9th chapter. Again, this is called the psychology of Solomon. Sound like Solomon was dealing with wisdom to me. Most High was with him, appeared to him. Most High started dealing with you on a certain level, right? Do you have a short memory and start forgetting that? Come up with excuses. Because Solomon blamed and say, you know what, Lord, it was all them heifers I married. That'd be an excuse. It wasn't an excuse for Adam either. You feel me? Adam tried to blame Eve. Nah. What I tell you, don't matter. You got to answer for that, right? Man, Solomon had like every heart desires. We read through Ecclesiastes. Whatever he desired, whatever he thought up and conceived in his mind, he went and did that. And he still said at the end of it all, man, it meant nothing. All of it was vanity. Think about it. You done worked hard to get you a new job. Went to the interview. Switched up your language. Sir? Yes, sir. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Tucked your shirt in. Went in smelling good. Resume on point. You went hard to get that job, right? Then you got it. All praise to the Lord, man. He blessed me with a good paying job, Daniel Solomon. Benefits and benefits and good paying job, Daniel Solomon. Elder, man, the Lord answered my prayers. Yeah. Good job, young man. Hey, that's what happens when you're diligent and And 3 months later, dang, I don't want to go to work.
Right.
That quick.
And so how did the 3 months?
You see how real quick you lose focus? Like at first you was going hard. I need a job, I need to get blessed, I need to pay these bills.
It's like left quick.
Why you think he's telling you vanity of vanities, all is vanity? There's a reason for that. Because we're never satisfied as a people. Examine our mindset. As soon as something good happens for you, say you accomplish something, you ride that high for about 2 days, if that. And then the desire, that feeling you had, it slowly starts draining away. Philadelphia Eagles just won a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But by next season, you almost gonna forget who was playing in the Super Bowl. Right? We have short memories. Everything's changing. Everything's temporal or temporary.
It's like we're chasing the temporary high.
Yeah. Let's read this right here, man. 1 Kings, the 9th chapter. We're going to read 1 through 9. Solomon say, look, everything you desire in life, I did it 1,000,000 times over. And at the end of it, it was all worthless. You feel me? And that ain't even to put it out there for you to be in a bum mind state. Get that out your mind too. We're not promoting being bums. Right? But balance out. It's just like, look, a life pursued without aligning yourself with your creator, you just wasted your time. The richest banking family in the world could say they do all that what you trying to do. I want to give my child the world. The world ain't yours to give.
Right.
You supposed to train them up in the commands and ways of the Most High. That way when they get out here, they can make wise decisions. Like even your so-called goals in life, a lot of them are just fabrications. You just heard somebody say that. I want to give them the world. The world is not yours to give.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? We start getting with our children, we stop being realistic. Train up these babies, that way when they get out here and start seeing sex robots and gender neutral children, and Amy has 2 moms in school, and They know, but like, look, my daddy warned me about this. This is evil. These are the days of Noah. You feel me? That's priceless, man. So that's why when we started in Proverbs 1, the whole point of Solomon was like, so to know understanding, wisdom, discretion. If a young man may gain this and that, that way when he's on his own, he can make a righteous decision, a righteous judgment. Roddy Rod, go ahead, my brother.
And to talk about what you're saying, how Solomon said at the end of his song,
Yeah.
you know, take a young man, young woman, you know, they got hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
They want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. They still got to go after their dreams, but keep this front. You
That's
can't
right.
just think, oh, it's all man. You got to live this life to get this life. I just want to just
Real talk. So we ain't promoting being just give up in life and stop paying your mortgage and just, you know what I'm saying, blow your inheritance. Of course not. The only point is you can do all that. The Rockefellers do that. The Rothschilds do that. There's a missing element that they don't got the fear of the Most High in them. You feel me? David Rockefeller inheritance, he has no control over that under this sun. He went for a 7th heart transplant. He's reserved for the judgment. He didn't make the 7th, right? And he got estates more than any of this room down here combined. Now, who's to say whoever inherits that will be wise with it? You see what I'm saying? That's why it's vanity, because Solomon was like, look, I tried it. Whatever you desire, I tried it. And in the end, it was worth nothing. And when he said he tried it, he went way left field. He started dealing with demons and all type of other gods and everything. He tried everything out, right? And in the end, say, look, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Remember your creator in your youth, before you get old. You get old, you get stubborn like a mule. Remember your creator when things are going good for you. That's what Solomon's going through as you read through the entire Ecclesiastes. He like, look, I did all that. And it was vain, it was nothing. You feel me? Because if I did all that and didn't have the fear of the Most High, it don't even matter. Right? Solomon couldn't brag to the Most High and say, yeah, that's me, Lord. You know, that was me. I built my house, your house. You know, that was me with the flyest Clydesdales. I had the flyest horses, had the baddest wisdom. Didn't even matter if you wasn't on point and doing what you was called to do. All right, so definitely, you know, you hear it. You got to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You feel me? But understand, vanity of vanities. All this vanity. Matter of fact, let's hit that real quick before we do 1 Kings 9. I'm glad you shared that, Rod. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Okay, bro. Let me hit this real quick and I'm coming to you, Johnny. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 11 and we'll come back to that 1 Kings. Because the Bible actually say what Bro Rod just said. Tell the youth to enjoy themselves. Daniel Solomon for you, Rod. Getting salad in this deal. Y'all stepping y'all game up, bud. Forget where we go. We're going to Ecclesiastes 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. I just want to read this real quick. This is land backing off what Bro Rod just said. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Restart around verse 8 for me, y'all.
You said verse what, King?
I think it's like verse 8 I'm looking for. Ecclesiastes chapter 11. Start around there for me, just real quick.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 11.
Yeah. Start
Verse 8.
Yeah.
But if a man live many years and rejoice in them all.
Y'all hear that? If a man live many years and he has fun, rejoicing all them years he lived. Go ahead, Op.
Yet let him remember the days of dark.
Remember who?
The days of dark.
Wow.
For they shall be many.
You hear what he's saying? He's like, even though you lived many years and enjoyed yourself, remember death is coming. Remember the days of darkness. There's coming a point where it's going to be lights out. Come on, Hebrew.
All that cometh is vanity.
All of it's worthless. Right? You can live many years and enjoy yourself and still don't have in your mind that, look, they going to be looking down on me in that casket one day. We just left a funeral. Beloved brother. This week. You understand? And for those that's spiritual, you couldn't help but say, one day y'all gonna be looking at me.
Yeah.
Like where he at, you gonna be looking down on me one day.
Keep breathing.
Huh? He said, remember the days of darkness. You may live long, my granddad lived forever, and he ain't believe none of that stuff you talking about. Remember the days of darkness. They shall be many. All that come in is vanity. Come on, Hebrew.
Rejoice, O young man.
Yeah, you got young men in there. So the scripture ain't telling us to be robots. Rejoice, but there's a line you can't cross.
Straight up.
Don't think that the Lord ever gonna have you out here without boundaries. There's always gonna be a line you can't cross. You can't play around these streets without laws, rules, and regulations. There's a line you can't cross. Feel me? So, young man, rejoice. Enjoy yourself. Right? Come on, Hebrew.
In thy youth.
Yeah.
And let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth.
Let your mind cheer you. You're strong, you're young, you got all the energy. Enjoy yourself. Let your mind cheer you or your heart. Come on, Hebrew.
And walk in the ways of thine heart. And in the sight of thine eyes. But know thou.
But know what?
But know thou.
But remember, young man, enjoy yourself. Smell the breeze, the early morning dew, you know. Feel strong. Yeah. Love the energy you got. But know thou. Know what, Hebrew?
That for all these things, Yah will bring thee into judgment.
For everything you do, you're going to be held accountable for. You're coming into judgment, whether it be good or bad. So, you know, let them be, boys gonna be boys. They kids. Let them babies know judgment is coming. Enjoy yourself though, have fun. But there's a way to have fun in righteousness and not being evil.
That's right. Today
we think being evil is fun. Because you get an adrenaline rush. Because you didn't get caught, almost got caught. You think being evil is fun. He said, no, rejoice, have you some fun. Enjoy yourself. But just because you're enjoying yourself, guess what? Swim at your own risk. You want to play this game? Enter at your own risk. Know there's still a judgment coming. So that, guess what? Makes the youth say what? Let me balance out. Yeah, I want to have fun, but I got to always remember there's accountability. That if I'm in my youth and I start being evil, that will not be an excuse to the Most High to let me in his kingdom. I was young, Lord. Nah, tell the youth have fun, but remember judgment day is coming. Then even they'll be circumspect in the moves they make. Come on, Hebrew.
Therefore, remove sorrow from thy heart.
Yeah.
And put away evil from thy flesh.
Come on.
For childhood and youth are vanity.
Oh, what?
Vanity.
Childhood and youth are vain. Yeah, you some fun. So nobody's ever saying don't enjoy the fruits of your labor. You got to do that. That's your portion in this life under this sun. But there's ways you can do that and still be righteous.
That's right.
Tell the youth, enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's no law, there's no sin. Enjoy your Xbox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself and your homeboys. I hear you. But no, hey, there's a judgment coming. Everything you do is being recorded. Everything you say is being recorded. Everything you think is being recorded. The youth need to know that. That way they make wise decisions when they get out here.
That's right.
You feel me? Go ahead.
Yeah, they don't even want children nowadays. You know, I was looking at the news the other day. They was talking about how they want children to learn how to use condoms. Anal, oral, and, for sex, period. And if they didn't have condoms, how to use this saran wrap or something. They want children. Well, I guess they were trying to put this pedophilia to and teach children how to use commit sodomy with one another.
They don't have to have your permission to give your child condoms at school. They can go to the nurse and she'll give them to them without ever so you don't have to.
This 11 years old. This is talking about 6th grade.
That's accountability, because that's at the root of that. You feel me? You can have sex without accountability.
Right. On occasion.
You feel me? Like that's at the root of that. That's why you think they starting them young and giving up brothers in school.
That's right.
Because in his mind, he's like, oh, okay, I can have fun, but a baby won't come behind it more than likely. Roll the dice.
Well,
And if she get on my nerves, then I can, just get rid of her. There's no accountability.
Right.
There's no accountability. You understand? So always look at the root problem of these agendas that they pushing.
Yes, sir.
Johnny has something. I'm coming to you. Johnny has something before you. Go ahead, Johnny.
This question is directed toward Yakin. Hey, Yaki King Yaki. I'm chasing this saying that you always use that everything's an illusion. You know, we living in an illusion. What's that word you always use?
What?
Is he living in an illusion?
Matrix.
That's the Matrix. Matrix, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to move into that reality.
Now you with it right now. Like this gotta die, right? And then you go back to which you came, right? So this is an illusion, this is a matrix, this is the program that you in. And what you do inside this program, with your body is what your soul gonna take the hit for when you go back to where you came from. So we call this an illusion, a simulation. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like your body, your actual body is a outer expression of your consciousness. That's all I'm saying. So what you do in your body is really what you're doing inside your mind. All this exists because your mind. If I take your mind from you, put it in a dark tank, will all this exist?
Right.
Exactly. There you go.
All byproducts of thinking.
All byproducts of your mind.
Positive and using affirmation, create
Positive thing.
positive things.
Just like you got healthy thinking, then you have a healthy body. You have a sinful mind, you have a sinful body because you do sinful things, and when you die, your mind gets judged for the sins it committed.
Right.
So what you do in the matrix, or this what we call illusion, you have to pay for eternity. What are you going over now? Vain thinking, vain things.
Yeah.
Right. The mindset, the psychology, what Solomon been talking about.
Good.
Yeah.
Accountability. It is what it is. Sister, you got something?
Back to what you were talking about with the children being taught to start, at a young age, being
Yeah, train them up. Yeah, commandment.
What I was getting ready to ask is the popes. That's what I was going to ask. The popes and the bishops and the people in the Catholic Church, none of them have never been judged for raping them kids. They have never been judged.
Well, yeah, it's
A
judgment
lot of them
coming.
have been in
I mean, put
jail.
in jail.
They pay out of court.
They paid out.
Yeah. I mean, even if whatever you think you're getting away with on this side, there's an eternal judgment coming.
Right.
You feel me? Messiah said he better off he was never born than you tamper with a child. Be better off he was never born. You feel me? So there's an eternal judgment, damnation, the second death that's coming. You
Absolutely.
feel me? So whatever they get away with, because there's crooked laws, you're gonna have crooked justice. The law's unrighteous. You feel me? So if there's loopholes in the law, it's gonna be loopholes in the justice system as well. It's just what it is. Right? But they ain't forgot that they ain't got away with it in the world to come.
Right.
You understand? And then certain things start happening too, like, Most High hit that, start failing that health. You dig? You mess around and die for some type of horrific disease or something. Down in them loin members, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, certain things get to happen. You ain't getting away with nothing. You may not be doing 100 years in jail behind it. You feel me? But the Most High is he believes in equity. That means justice. You know what I'm saying? Everything a just balance. He believes in that, being fair. You dig? So anybody that you perceive may have got away with, so ain't got away with nothing. Either their mind is being tormented as we speak, you understand? Or they reserved for the judgment, the eternal judgment to come.
That's right.
Right.
You ain't got away with nothing.
Right.
All right, even though what's the boy Herod and Pilate and them?
Yeah.
Who was that boy that was
Boy.
stinking because them boys?
Herod.
Worked it out,
Yeah,
Daddy.
King Herod. Like y'all can get into the antiquity of in Josephus.
You got
They
Josephus.
talk about him that for him ordering the execution of those Israelites 2 years and under looking for the Messiah. They say he got so sick that he had balls coming out of him, and the balls stank so bad you could smell them 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
And it says bowels actually fell out.
See, and that ain't even the eternal judgment. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like when people be doing things in body, because when you do that, you sin against your own temple as
That's
well.
right.
Straight up.
So you got judgments that be happening, like with Herod.
Yeah.
Because of his role in that, Most High started putting plagues on his body. Then you have to be judged eternally as well for what's coming.
So Job did something in his body that.
Not Job.
Herod. King Herod. All right, you got something out?
Yeah, same thing happened to Antiochus and
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Because his evil that he was doing, he was tormenting in mind, and Most High started putting violent apparitions on you, start plaguing your body. You feel me? Like you ain't got away with nothing. The Most High know how to pay you back to your face.
Right.
All right, I need that Ecclesiastes 12 too. Few chapters, few verses.
Let me hit this just a minute, man. This is the book of Jasher, is chapter 18, verse 11. And it's just dealing with what our children are talking about. Like bro said, they're introducing everything to them. Because what they're doing is they're reintroducing Sodom and Gomorrah to them again. So that's what the prophecy was. When you see these things, know that it's the beginning of sorrows, y'all. So when you start to see these things, y'all, we can say, man, that's just terrible, but we have to look at the other side of the coin. If these things don't happen, we can't move forward in prophecy. Because they were told that they were going to happen in our generation. So just want to read a little bit of this so you understand what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. So when you see it here, it won't be a shock to you. See, this is shock value right now, but it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be to the point that it makes your heart pound and, you know, you don't want to go back out. These things got to come to pass whether we like it or not. And y'all, we ain't seen nothing yet. The sex robots is just the start of it.
Right.
They got stripper robots now. In Amsterdam, they fired all of the living prostitutes.
Oh.
And replaced them with robots. They don't argue. Ain't never got a headache. Don't have to bring them flowers. Just pay at the door, absolutely. But this is what went on in Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Jasher chapter 18, verse 11. In those days, all the people of Sodom and Gomorrah and of the whole 5 cities were exceedingly wicked and sinful against the Lord. And they provoked the Lord with their abominations, and they strengthened in aging abominably and scornfully before the Lord. And their wickedness and their crime were in those days great before the Lord. And they had in their land a very extensive valley, about a half a day's walk. And in it were fountains of water, a great deal of herbage surrounding the water. And all the people of Sodom and Gomorrah went there 4 times in the year with their wives and their children, and all belonging to them, and they rejoiced there with timbrels and dances. And in the time of rejoicing, they would all rise and lay hold of their neighbors' wives, and some the virgin daughters of their neighbors.
They's
and
wife swapping
they enjoyed them.
4 times a year, so that's seasonal. Huh?
Yeah. And each man saw his wife and daughter in the hands of his neighbor and did not say a word.
That's great.
And they did so from morning to night.
Silence is acceptance.
Yeah, you said they ain't say a word because they was out doing what they was doing too.
Yeah. Go ahead, Doc.
And they afterward returned home, each man to his house, and each woman to her tent. So they always did 4 times in the year. So y'all, Freaknik ain't just started in Atlanta a few years ago. That's been in Sodom and Gomorrah. It's just the practice is coming back to life. So you can see what you need to fear. If you just read about it, you know, you try to picture in your mind what's happening. But the instructions of the practices are still on wax, so to speak, to teach the next generation how to do it. And you see, this was children. You think about this, you taking the children to the event. He watched his mama in the hand of another man and they run over here to the tent. And his sister go over there with some other man and then see his daddy waving by and smiling.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Y'all, so you have to understand, and it got more vile than that. They had beds on street corners. For strangers, it's automatic rape as soon as you walk through the door. That introduced you into the neighborhood, so to speak.
Beds on the street corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious. No shame.
So y'all, this is what we're coming up against with our children. That's why they have to be trained up to understand. And when they got through with that, all they found out all that was vanity too. Putting it out there like that, and how y'all riding home, ain't nobody saying nothing. Did you have a good time?
You know the evil that just happened. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Chapter 12, Ecclesiastes chapter 12. We're going over psychology or the mindset of Solomon.
Yes, sir.
How the Most High appeared to him twice. How he asked for an understanding heart and wisdom. And the Most High gave it to him. We even went and showed that wisdom on display when he offered to cut the baby in half just to get a true reaction out of the true mama. He was flexing that wisdom. It may have seemed extreme to you, but he got a truthful answer. You understand? And then we're going to show as we keep going, how even if that's not held in check with the proper balance of humility, you can fall off.
That's right.
You are the most richest, wisest man that ever showed face. You understand? And end up falling off. And you ask yourself, well, what would make somebody like that who the Most High was dealing with directly fall off? Huh? You think today, like if that was happening with me, I wouldn't dare do that. Really?
So
Really?
you can lose your salvation, huh?
Yeah. How quick you forget your blessings. You forget blessings all the time.
Yeah.
You know how much money in that bank account right now, though, or in that pocket, because you count your money. You don't count your blessings. You count money, though. All right. So we're gonna show how this man was dealing. Very wise, and to this day, even though he went off, we still read his works. You still read Proverbs to get you some wisdom. You talking about from a brother that went to the dark side.
Right.
But you still read his works. You read Wisdom of Solomon. You read Songs of Solomon. You want to get into a good love story. You know what I'm saying? How a man and a woman converse with one another when they're in love. And mandrakes in the courts. And that Song of Solomon is very graphic once you get to read. This is in the Bible? Yes, it's in the Bible. The Most High was dealing with him in his glory. And then how he slipped off. And that can happen, man, unless you guard your grill. You got to guard your grill. You have to have a dose of humility in there to balance off all this power and wisdom that's pouring out. Because you'll fall off. And in the end, you'll be known for you falling off and not the great things you did. People remember them stains.
Yes, sir.
You remember David and Bathsheba more than you remember David killed Goliath. You remember you talking about David that had old boy killed for his wife?
Yeah.
That's what you talk about now. You barely bring up David that killed Goliath with a stone and cut his head off with his own sword. You barely bring that story up. Because them stains stick with you. You feel me? And that's why Solomon is known, he's even known in the Mason circles today. He's known in any type of witchcraft that come out.
Secrets of Solomon.
Gomorrahs and all that. That's Solomon responsible for all that. Book of Shadows and all that. And how to deal with demons and like Solomon tell you, he said, look, I allowed my heart to go both ways. Because I wanted to know what it was that the Most High had for man under this sun. And he told you it all was vain. Let's read Hebrew Ecclesiastes chapter 12. So we're going to study someone's mind like that. Like how did Israel forget the Most High just split the Red Sea for them? Then got on the other side and lost faith and started stanky legs. But you say if you saw the miracle happen, you would still believe. Right. You feel me? Or your level of devotion wouldn't drop. You see miracles all the time. And you forget about it. That's our mindset. Solomon's psychology ain't no different than yours. Same thing. You achieve the things you set out for, get them, lose desire and interest of it quick. Back when you was doing Christmas for the babies. You get them toys. About a mall, they can care less about. They all broke and thrown down at the bottom of the steps. You have to work hard to get that. You feel me? Because the eyes never full of seeing and the ears never full of hearing. We're never satisfied. This is a temporary dwelling, a temporary existence, so you don't get temporary pleasure out of it. Nothing is eternal pleasure. Whatever you get, especially if you know you've been doing wrong to get it, when you finally get it, you feel low as a mug. Like that.
Straight up.
That wasn't nothing. I was doing all that for that.
I did all that for that.
Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in
This
this.
is beautiful because the end of last chapter that said childhood and youth are vanity. So then he continues his thought and say, remember your creator in your youth when everything is going well for you. Don't wait to get shot and be on life support to get down with the Most High.
That's right.
Remember the Most High when in your youth, when you're young, when everything is going well for you. Come on, Hebrew.
While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be dark.
Before everything go bad, remember the Creator. That's the instruction. Not waiting till the last minute. We got that bad. We put the Most High on the back burner. I deal with him when I'm ready. But the Bible says get with him while he can be found. Meaning what? There's a time coming where he not going to be found. We read Proverbs 1, the day coming when he going to be doing some laughing and some mocking. You don't want the Most High to mock you. We his people and we Joan masters.
Right.
Like you get Joan out the house around here. Can you imagine your father? Like if you are a professional mocker or a Jonah, can you imagine the Most High in that day, boy, mocking you and laughing? Like what you want?
Right.
But Lord, it's me, who? Now I don't even know who you is.
Right.
What you doing? What he doing up in her?
Right.
Well, your heart gonna fall out your chest. Yeah, you might as well go ahead and start that walk left, player. He don't know you. That's gonna be ugly in that day, man. You feel me? You know how it is when you do you a little party and somebody show up and you don't know? What go through your mind for real? What you say?
Right.
That's the nice way to say it. What they doing here? What you really think?
Right.
And many videos, you know, who was this nigga?
Right.
Let this nigga.
Right.
Who was this?
Right.
And then everybody throw the shoulder over the chin over the shoulder like, I know who he is.
Right.
You getting the grill from across the room. You getting looked up and down like you short. Like I ain't supposed to be here. Like that, you don't want the Most High to look at you like that. You feel me? Because you played him like he was some chump. That's our problem, man. We look at the Most High like he the tooth fairy. Now, God, you can pull out your Nike box at your own convenience. When you ready.
That's right.
Come on, Hebrew.
And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail.
Come on.
Because man goeth to his long home.
His who?
Long home.
That eternal home. You know what that is? It's talking about death. Remember the Most High before you die, man. Because you gotta go to that eternal home. That long home. Come on, Hebrew.
And the mourners go about the streets. Or ever the silver cord be loose.
Speaking of your spinal cord. You feel me? Your spine. If your spine is severed from the base of your cerebellum, that's death.
Yes, sir.
It's a wrap. Remember the Most High before it goes bad for you. Remember the Most High before you on hospice.
Yes, sir.
Remember him in your youth when it's going well. Before everything goes sideways. Come on, Hebrew.
Or the golden bowl be broken.
Come on.
Or the pitcher be broken at the fountain. Or the wheel broken at the cistern. Then shall dust return to the earth as it was. And the spirit shall return to Yah, who gave it.
So basically, remember your Creator before death. Remember the Most High in your youth. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Vanity of vanity, says the preacher.
Come on.
All is vanity.
Like all is vanity. Because the same thing that happened to the wise happened to the fool. You feel me? You don't take none of that to the grave. Y'all both are equal in the grave. The fool and the wise are equal in the grave. You feel me? Real talk. David Rockefeller is as equal as the bum that died on the streets in the grave. Vanity of vanity, saith the preacher. All is vanity. Vanity mean worthless. And it's only that because your number one priority ain't the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
That's all he going into. You gonna have things in this life, you know. You gonna, you know, some more than others. Take care of situations, have a little extra. Let's go on a cruise and kick it. Let's enjoy life. Let your hair down. Kick it. Right. Nothing wrong with it. Do your thing. Right? And while you're out there, look at all this vanity. Means nothing if I ain't pursuing the kingdom of the Most High. Don't mean that. You can try to convince yourself it means something. I'm a successful entrepreneur, and yeah, I understand. Yeah, but it's all vanity and worthless if your number one objective ain't the kingdom. Everything else you do, you just do to feed your family, man. What are you bragging about? That's what you do. I'm a mechanic. Good. Well, you better handle your business. You got to feed this family.
That's right.
You feel me? I'm an analyst. You better get to analyze. You got to feed your family. Handle your business. You know, that's what's up. Feed your family, man. You handle your business. You know, I'm in the sports. Run, nigga, run.
Right.
Feed your family. Right. Yeah, you better handle your business. Yeah. It's all vanity and vexation of spirit. Johnny, what's up, Hebrew?
Man, they got a nice Hebrew jam out, man. Set apart music, vanity.
All of this vanity, dude. Yeah, Yaki got one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two vanities out there. Yeah. It put you in that spirit though.
Put you in that spirit.
Putting things in this proper perspective. If you ask what your goals in life, first thing off your lips should be the kingdom of heaven.
Yes, sir.
All right. Other than that, what are you going through this trial and test for?
I want to be an astronaut when I grow up.
I hear you. Hey, you know, get down to Area 51, brother. Get some good acting on. I ain't mad at you.
Right.
I ain't mad at you. Feed your family, my brother.
Right.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
And moreover,
Yeah.
because the preacher was wise,
Yeah.
he still taught the people knowledge.
Oh.
Yeah. He gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs.
Preacher in here is Solomon. But notice, since the preacher was wise, he taught the people knowledge. That's what he taught them. So if you a preacher, this preacher is Solomon. He let it be known his ups and downs. He said, being that I was wise, I taught the people knowledge. And I put proverbs out there.
That's right.
You feel me? Which we read, the definition of proverb is the flexing of one's superior mentals. Superior in your mentals. Your thinking, your problem solving, your critical thinking. Proverbs, parables. All right, so he says since the preacher was wise, he taught the people knowledge. So ask yourself, have you been learning something wherever you've been going? You ain't got to come down here.
That's right.
Right? Ain't nobody saying y'all all got to come down here, man. Wherever you feeding from, are you learning something? And are you learning the true knowledge according to the script?
That's right.
That's what we're talking about. All right, come on now.
The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
Even words of who?
Truth.
That's right, come on.
The words of the wise are as gold, as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd.
The words of the wise have a foundation. They're strong, they're fastened together. It's not built on sand. And those I say is given from one shepherd, man. There's not many ways to the truth, man, but many ways to the Most High. The world will have you believe that. But you know better. You understand? You know better. Just like with any branch that's attached to the tree, and the tree was planted by someone or the husbandman. You feel me? All the branches have to link back into the tree to partake of that root.
Yes, sir.
You see that in nature. You feel me? The branch off this tree can't say there's another way for me to live. If you cut that branch off that tree, that sucker gonna die. You ain't got no other vine or tree you can link into. There's only one way to the source. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And further, by these, my son, be admonished. Of making many books there is no end. And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
Come on,
let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is why Solomon came the way he came at the end of this. Because the whole book, he told you everything was vanity. So he said, you know what? Let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Since everything is vain, let's go ahead and sum everything up. All right, come on, Hebrew.
Fear Yah and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the part duty of man.
Whole duty of man.
They're not the 10 helpful hints or the suggestions. They're the commandments. He say, fear the Most High, keep his command, meaning guard his commandments. Keep means the guard. Fear the Most High and guard what he gave you. You do that here. For that's your whole duty. That's what you was created for.
That's right.
You feel me? To learn about yourself. You feel me? To learn about your spiritual potential. It ain't like the Most High, like you finna do something that surprised him. He already knew what Job was gonna do.
Right.
Before he went through his trial. So you going through all your trials and tribulations to bring forth your full spiritual potential. It's something you need to see about yourself. Got nothing to do with the Most High becoming more wiser about you. He already know his creature. He know what you gonna do, when you gonna do it. All right? So the whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. That's your duty.
That's right.
And Solomon had to end this Ecclesiastes like this because he told you everything that you want, well, I achieved that 1,000,000 times over. And it still meant nothing. All right, come on, Hebrew.
For Yah shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Straight up. Remember, the eyes of the Most High are in every place. It's Proverbs 15:3. Beholding the good and the evil. Sirach 23:17-18 says his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Everything you think, speak, and do is being recorded.
Come back to that now, you say Sirach what?
23, I believe it is, verse 17 and 18. It tells you that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. And his eyes are in every place, beholding the good and the evil. Everything you think, speak, and do is being recorded. But once you leave here, you're going to switch up what you do.
That's right.
But you do that for man, though. If the boys is watching you, you switch up. Man. That's crazy. But you don't do that for the Most High.
That's right.
You continue on in your evil. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 9. That's where I want to go next. Okay. You have something
and
to
let me just say this, and there's something very important he said when he said the Most High knew Job and Solomon. He knew them, and he already knew what they were going to do because he knew them in the heart. Because he visits you in your subconscious. See, he visits you when we ain't around, and he tests you there first when ain't nobody else around, and then you know about that dream. Some dreams you tell people, some dreams you don't. Why? If it's just a dream. But you know the Most High is visiting you. He'll try you in your sleep. And when you defeat that test in your sleep, he knows, because you're basically helpless and solo at that point. And you call out for him in a point. You could be laying right next to somebody, they can't hear you. When that devil start riding you and making you think you finna leave away from her, and in your heart, in your subconscious, you call out the Messiah's name, and he leaves. That's when he know you know him. Because you know him in a time where nobody physically can assist you to get him off you. This is one-on-one. You got to deal with the head of the serpent right there, head on front, and tell him to go away. Now he's going to try you 3 times. You always see things in threes. Peter, cockroach 3 times, the other 3 times of prayer. So he's going to come and he's going to strangle until you, for 3 times, you holler at the Messiah. And some may say it's a coincidence, but almost everybody that had to say, when I holler for the Messiah the 3rd time, he let me go. So he knows where it won't, because he like this, and you show it. And he starts sprinkling out. If you holler that,
There's a whole holler mama. Calling out for your mama.
he like, yeah, that's who his savior is. His mama, huh? Now you scared to go back to sleep over mama house. Baby, ain't you going home with your children and your wife? No, I just wanted to see how you was doing. Well, going all to bed, what you doing crawling up in here? I just want some motherly love. You scared. But if you holler out the Messiah's name, he vanished, because it's a test to see if you truly in this walk, because at this point you say, at least I'm going to die hollering his name. If that's what you come to do. But ain't nobody around to help you. You can't reach and grab for nobody and say, get them off me.
None of that.
Because can't nobody see, they see you flinching and hear you grunting. Sometimes the telephone will wake you up if it's the 4th watch of the night, 3 a.m. You wake up out of it and look, and they say, nobody called. Like in the Matrix, the phone always got them out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
When it rang. A lot of times, 3 o'clock, y'all, is called the 4th watch or the watch of the night. They call it the bewitching hour or the hour of the devil. That's when he like the 9th hour of prayer. He like to come in that hour. 3 p.m. or 2 to 3 p.m. is the hour of prayer. Like right now, what we in? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, we got 3 o'clock. But 2 p.m. to 2:59 is the 9th hour. So in like manner, 2 a.m. to 2:59 is that hour where he gets to play and see if you really saying what you mean when you went in your closet on your 9th hour prayer. Because we can make vain repetitions. The same thing. Lord, forgive me, have mercy on me. Just get them out of the way. Do you really mean it?
Right.
Well, test time coming in your subconscious. See, that's how you deal with the wicked. Same way. Scam them, give them heart attacks, choke them in their sleep, make them wake up and think about it. That's why Pharaoh was so miserable. I had a dream. I can't remember. His magician saying, well, tell it to him. He said, hell, if I knew it, I wouldn't be talking to y'all. He said, but the thing is troubling me. Something ain't right. He says, get the magicians over here. If they can't interpret my dreams, everybody die today. This is how serious it was. You think about that. Somebody looking at you, you say, I'm a magician, I can interpret. And he's saying, if you don't tell me what I dreamed, and I forgot about it, you have to help me remember. I'm killing all of y'all. But that Hebrew, Joseph, remember, called on the Most High. He said, I'll tell you what he dreamed. He dreamed this. And he went to him. He said, okay, this is what you dreamed. And look, the dream was his downfall as well within that. But he couldn't be scared to tell him. He like, you finna get your rear end kicked up past your shoulder blades for 7 years. The king sit back, he like, that sure what I dreamed. At that point, what you gonna do? You gonna try to threaten him at that point? He's inside your head. You couldn't even remember. He brought it back to your remembrance. So y'all, this is how he takes care of the wicked, y'all. So we want to see a live punishment on CNN. But I'm telling you, man, when you look in their eyes, you know the Most High can visit. He don't play around, y'all. He know how to get at you to your face.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Tony, what's good, girl?
Hey, I was just wanted to know, when are we going to touch on the hours of prayer?
Yeah, we can get that before we end it off.
Yeah, we come back.
Yeah, 3 hours, hours of prayer.
Yeah, we hit that up. We just write them down and y'all go ahead.
Yeah, let's go over this 1 Kings, the 9th chapter. That's where we going next. 1 Kings chapter 9, we're going to read 1 through 9. Psychology, the study of Solomon's mind is the name of the class. One may ask, dang, I don't know why Solomon did all that. Why you continue to be evil? Your mind is his mind.
That's right.
You continue to be evil even though the Most High did all types of miracles and blessings for you. You forget real quick. We got that bag. You forget real quick. All right, 1 Kings, the 9th chapter. Start at verse 1 for me, Hebrew.
Hey, before you go any further, y'all can you put that on board, that class you did on prayer? That young lady was going to access that along with them scriptures y'all on this.
Yeah,
It'll be up there.
It's a real nice class, y'all. I salute you for that.
Hallelujah. All right, 1 Kings, the 9th chapter. Start around verse 1, Hebrew.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 9, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
And it came to pass, when Solomon had finished the building of the house of the Most High, and the king's house, and all Solomon's desire, which he was pleased to do.
All is who?
His desire.
Which he was pleased to do. Come on, Hebrew.
That the Most High appeared to Solomon the second time, as he had appeared unto him at Gibeon.
So you can't say, well, this was just one witness. This was the second time he appeared to him. Like he did it first in 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. He appears to him again. He on that level where the Most High deals with him. Come on, Hebrew.
And the Most High said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever, and mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetual.
Most High said, I'm hearing your prayers. What you asked and put up as a petition, I heard that. I'm going to grant that. I deal with you. Come on, Hebrew.
And if thou wilt walk before me, as David thy father walked, in integrity of heart and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee, and will keep my statutes and my judgments, then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel.
So the Most High deal with you and make a covenant with you. There's always stipulations and rules to it.
That's right.
He let Solomon know, like, look, this thing will go forever if you do what I command you to do. That's the biggest 2-letter word in existence is if. If. Right? Some people, well, the Most High lied to Solomon. No, he didn't. Had Solomon did and remained faithful, we would have been born in the kingdom.
That's right.
If your sons follow me, if you do what I command you to do, you'll rule forever. Meaning this line will go on forever. If, right? Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
But if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight. And Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people.
You hear that? Well, it sounds frighteningly accurate, don't it, boy? That's what happened to us. Right? If you keep the charge, you'll be blessed forever. If you don't, now what excuse does he have at this point to go off? He's even been warned. He's been told swim at your own risk. Just do what I tell you and you'll be cool. What excuse does Solomon have at this point to say later for what the Most High said to do? Does he have an excuse? He ain't got no excuse. He was warned, but if you turn your back on me, I'm coming to holler at you and my people. If you turn your back on me, if you do what's well, you'll be blessed. Right? The same thing applies to every individual in here. If you do right, you'll be blessed.
That's right.
If you go against the order and command of the Most High, and you are not repentant of it, you're too proud to take correction and all that, you're going down. You're going down. That's pride. Pride leads to vanity. You don't rise to the point can't nobody tell you nothing. You need to go into your prayer closet and get yourself together. Because you just got put on the Most High's enemy hit list. If you done got to the point, especially us, how are we vain? We a bag of dust. How are you vain today? How are you proud as if can't nobody tell you nothing? Right? Most High told Solomon, you turn your back on me, you're going down. Right? So let that apply to everyone in here. If we turn our back on the Most High and think we got an excuse, we sadly mistaken. We going down. Come on, Hebrew.
You got Maccabees, you got that one jam, it's fire and brimstone at the end if you don't finish your job.
Boy, you listen to that music. That boy good. That boy good. He over there listening, ain't he? I hear you, Johnny. It's what it is. It's the truth, though.
Fire and brimstone.
That's just what it is. Come on, Hebrew.
1 Kings chapter 9 verse 8.
Yeah.
And at this house, which is high, everyone that passeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and they shall say, why hath the Most High done thus unto this land? and to this house.
Why the Most High do his people like that?
Right.
Dang. He's harsh. But he's real, man. He gave you warning. He ain't told you nothing you wasn't going to be going through. He gave you warning. And you played at your own risk. You start playing around. You start playing Russian roulette with your soul. He told you, look, go against me. This was going to happen. What they going to say, though? Come on now.
And they shall answer, because they forsook the Most High their Elohim, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore hath the Most High brought upon them all this evil.
All this who?
All this evil.
All this evil. So Solomon was warned. You feel me? Appeared to him twice, told him what it was going to be. And he entered at his own risk and decided later on that, you know what, maybe he really ain't mean it like that.
Right.
Maybe, you know, that maybe I do got a little wiggle room to lean to my own understanding. Maybe I do got a little wiggle room to get out of order real quick. Let's finish the story. Jump over to chapter 11 real quick. Jump over to chapter 11. That way you see his mindset while he's writing Ecclesiastes.
That's right.
Because that was written over the span of his whole life. You feel me? So when you're reading Ecclesiastes, when he's telling you vanity of vanity, he let it be known at the end of his life, like, look, man, I seen it all and done it all. You feel me? And every desire I wanted, I got it. And at the end, it didn't mean nothing. You feel me? Because I wasn't fearing the Most High and keeping his charge. So everything that I did, everything I accomplished, knowing it was temporary gratification, I kept rolling the dice. All right, let's get in there. So once you read a few stories of Solomon and then read that Ecclesiastes, it puts you in his mindset like, dang, that's what he meant by all that. You feel me? And then ask yourself, do you count your dollars or your blessings? Which one you count? Right? That's a blessing. The Most High appeared to you twice. Give you wisdom, give you a kingdom, give you riches, give you everything you deserve. And you still go left field? Wow. Wow. Or how about the Most High woke you up to this understanding? And you make an excuse and go left field. Some of y'all tonight. Some of y'all before you got down there. Go left field real quick. And think in your mind it's all good. Most High will forget about little old me. No, the scripture don't say that. The scripture actually say he records everything. And everything you think, speak, and do, you're going to have to give account of. Let's read Hebrew. 1 Kings, the 11th chapter. Start at verse 1. Good old King Shlomo, Solomon.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1.
Yeah.
But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, the Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Most High said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
You see, so we talking about the strange women, deeper than them having another nationality, they were servants of other gods.
That's right.
Most High like, look, don't deal with them because you're mine. You won't guard your grill. After a few, you know, midnight sessions of loin warfare, smelling like lilies and shining like rubies. Yeah, I hear you. You won't be as stand up for what you know you're supposed to be doing. You start letting certain things slide.
Meditate with me, Solomon.
Yeah.
Let's go pray the Hotel. I'm an Hotel.
Right.
Yeah. And you like, well, this is one of my wives, you know. That brother had 1,000 women. That's that much more responsibility.
And it happened at a time when he should have been more wise because it happened, like I said, in his old age.
Yeah.
So all of everything he did, it comes to this point, and you fall off at the end. That's why I say you must endure until the end, and then you shall be saved. But you can fall off at the end, y'all.
So you can lose your salvation. Once saved, always saved is a false doctrine.
That's false doctrine. It ain't in here.
Solomon had salvation. The Most High appeared to him twice. Gave him everything he desired. You understand? And in his old age,
So he fell off.
he starts falling off because guess what? He started turning a blind eye to wickedness and stuff that's out of order. You can't do that.
Right.
Right? He basically did the same thing Adam did.
Yep.
Same exact thing. You start partaking in the fruit that woman bought you from that forbidden tree.
It shows exactly what that was.
That same thing happened to Adam.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Solomon failed like Adam failed.
That's right.
Yeah.
Didn't learn from it. Like, no, the Most High say we can't worship him. No, I'm not building y'all heifers no temple to y'all gods up in her.
Right.
No, matter of fact, you can't be worshiping no other god around her. Like putting your foot down.
So at this point, Maccabee, did he run out of wisdom?
Right, did his wisdom leave him? Good question. Or did he stop putting his foot down? Huh? You like to blame it. They say I'm getting a little long in the tooth, a little all-timers, sometimers. Yeah, I hear your excuse today. Right? Because Solomon blamed all these women on him falling off. Most High wasn't hearing it. Could Adam blame Eve for falling off? He ain't hearing it.
No.
He basically failed just like Adam failed.
He did.
Same exact thing.
Exact way.
Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
We're in verse 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses.
These were noblemen. Remember we read earlier about he had married the daughter of Pharaoh out of Egypt. He had made affinity with Egypt. I mean, he had made a treaty. He made a peace pact with them. And part of his peace pact was, I get your daughter. You feel me? Solomon ain't just do that with Egypt. He did that with all the surrounding nations. Solomon never saw war. So he figured, okay, well, the best way to ensure peace is you're not going to attack me knowing I got your daughter over here. You feel me? That's how he ended up getting like 700 noble women. It says princesses. These were the daughters of other kings. But they brought their gods with them to Israel. Right? After Solomon then got visited twice, after he got all this wisdom. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of a thing is better than the beginning.
That's right.
What they gonna say about you? Because all they gonna remember is that end. Who you talking about? Eleazar that sold out at the age of 90 and ate the swine? Oh no, you talking about Eleazar that was like, man, I'll die before I even act like eating some swine. Because everybody out there gonna think I sold out. Feel me? He kept his golden name to the casket.
That's right.
Solomon didn't. Start getting comfortable.
What did O.J. Simpson accomplish in college? Youngsters.
Nobody.
You ain't no youngster. You know. Well, you but if you
Not
ask
that many people can answer that.
Answer that,
You know what I'm saying?
But what they do remember is he killed them 2 white folks. Cut them up.
And went on the
Went to jail for getting his other stuff back. Robbed some people for his own items.
Wrote a book that said, if I did do it.
Right.
What Cat Williams say? How about you shut up?
I'm about the first man to run for 2,003 yards in a football season with 3 games less than they playing now.
O.J. Simpson.
12, 13 games? 12 games? 4 games
16
less.
games, yeah.
They used to run 12, they used to play 12 games then, and he run faster and farther than they do now with 4 extra games. But ain't nobody remembering that.
O.J. running through the airport. Go,
No,
O.J.
None of that.
The juice is loose.
No.
Nah, you remember O.J.
Right,
boy.
now he loose from the penitentiary. That's where it's loose. That's the only part of the loose you remember now. Versus when he used to break through that backfield and they say the juice is loose. Gone. But now he's out of prison and the first thing the paper had, the juice is loose.
Yeah, so point being, you remember the bad about a person. You feel me? And not the good that has happened. That's why I say a good name is better than gold.
Somebody ask him over here.
Sister Naomi and then
So, is it safe to assume that Solomon didn't deal with these wives lawfully, meaning cutting their hair and paring their nails and trying to remove them from the gods that they had previously?
Yeah, I would believe it is safe to say because especially you the king. You feel me? For one, you a man. Second, you the king.
Right.
You feel me? This is a mandate from heaven. You want to dwell up in here, this is what got to go down. You feel me? So, yeah, it could have been he just was being soft from the jump.
Yeah, it sound like he
You
gave
feel me?
scripture.
Just turn a blind eye to certain things.
Right.
And then you look up and then, you feel me? You're not as stand up as you was before. You dig? And this is crazy because the Most High appeared to him twice. Told him, I got you if you do what I tell you. But
Right.
if you don't, I understand I'm coming for you.
And then think about it. Like, say one of his wives praying, and she know he praying. He ain't say nothing. Next thing you know, it's an altar. He don't say nothing about the altar. Next thing you know,
Right.
there's other idols on it. He don't say nothing about that. Then it's the question to ask. You
Right.
want to come meditate and pray with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? Who knows what's going down? And half of them was heathens anyway. And like Sis said, they couldn't have went through the ceremony.
The conversion process.
The conversion, because he let them deal with their gods. They ain't
That's
cutting
right.
nails at her and none of that. You know what I mean? All those demons that was roaming around in his house. It seemed like he got. He let his guards down and got caught up. Next thing you know, you got the secret keys of Solomon, black magic of Solomon, the hexagons of the other side of the moon of Solomon. He got, and all of it's written in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
And you
then
know,
you read that
and-
Proverbs, he said, don't give your strength over to, you know what I'm saying? His mama let him know. Don't
That's right.
not give your strength over to a woman. Especially a wicked one at that. So, like bro was saying though, it seemed like he failed just like Adam failed, the same exact way. That's why I asked, like, did his wisdom run out?
Yeah.
Because that wasn't wise at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he read that in the scriptures. He read the book of Genesis.
Yep. He didn't stand on it. And then also, the king is supposed to write out this Torah, this
That's
book
right.
of the law, and recite it and meditate in it daily.
That's right.
You feel me? And one of the laws is you're not supposed to multiply wives, meaning not have too many.
Yeah, exceedingly.
Excessive.
Yeah, Rabbi.
You feel me? You're not supposed to have too many horses, and you're not supposed to have too much gold.
That's right.
Solomon had all that.
All of that, yup.
He had excess of everything.
Yeah.
Horses and chariots, yeah. I mean, it was just to the point that
much.
where he had so much money he was spending, he was outspending his enjoyment. I mean, it got to a point that where he had so many women, they wasn't even pleasurable no more. So he like, just whatever, you know.
Yeah.
See?
But you know, and that's where to get to, because he was thinking also, well, God done visited me twice. I know them demons they playing with, they don't stand a chance against me. But
Yeah, that ring too.
But he didn't know who his adversary was. He lost sight on his adversary, who had more wisdom than him when he was created.
Exactly.
See, Lucifer, wisdom was super ingrained within him, according to Ecclesiastic, 28:12 on down. That he had so much wisdom, so he's like, I'm gonna outthink him. Ezekiel 28:12. This is a chess move. He like, yeah, I get him when he old. He run you. Demons was coming back. Solomon run us off. He said, don't worry about it. He aging. I don't age. He getting old. We're gonna see what happened in a minute. See if that Viagra gonna get him going again when he get old.
Well, he better have some aphrodisiacs popping.
So you have to understand what our adversary is doing. He conned a third of the angels, and they was warned in heaven. He's looking at this like he's gonna die.
Right, piece of cake.
He getting old. Pretty soon it ain't gonna be there. He gonna be rocking a gummy bear and gonna be making excuses to them women. It's gonna be, it's gonna fold. It ain't gonna be the same. It ain't gonna be the same at 27. That's when I'll get him. I can wait. I can't die. I ain't gonna never die. I ain't gonna die in the lake of fire. I'm just gonna be tormented. So this is how you got to think ahead of the game when you dealing with this adversary. He ain't worrying about dying like me and you. He'll wait till you get close to your deathbed and snatch it from you. So y'all, you got to always be on your game to the end.
That's right. That's right. Old age isn't a reason to dissemble.
Right.
We got an example, Eleazar in the Apocrypha. He like, look, just because I'm 90 don't mean I'm about to sell out.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm not about to act like I went against the Most High just to, live a few seconds longer? Send me to the grave, I'm good. No deal. That's how he came off. So just because you old don't mean that's an excuse. You got to constantly guard your grill. I'll tell you that in Proverbs, matter of fact. Keep your heart. Guard your heart with all diligence. For out of it proceeds the issues of life. Your heart is your mind. That means
That's right.
you're watching God that. You understand? For out of it proceed the issues of life. He wasn't guarding his grill, man. You feel me? And wasn't putting his foot down enough and start being soft in certain situations, and you look up and guess what? The whole house get took.
That's right.
The whole nation been divided ever since. We ain't been one nation, all 12 tribes, since after the death of Solomon. Once Solomon died, the whole nation split.
To let you know though, Maccabee, too much of anything is bad for you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
And
Somebody.
that's what the Messiah was saying. Go
Naomi had
ahead.
a question.
Naomi and then bro. Go ahead, sir. You go ahead, bro. Yeah. That's right.
Speak a little
So
louder,
let's
bro.
go and speak on up though.
26th chapter.
Yeah, Testament of Solomon.
He say, I now took countless wives from every land and kingdom. Also took a journey to the kingdom of the Jebusites and saw a woman in their kingdom. And I fell madly in love with her and wanted her to be the wife of my harem.
In my who? That boy said, in my harem. Boy, he had him a whole flock of women. A harem is a y'all know what a harem is?
Yeah.
It's like the room, it's like the side of the palace where all your wives dwell at. It's where you keep them away.
Yeah. He wanted
Guarded by eunuchs.
Yeah. Go ahead, Hebrew. What else to say?
So I said to their priest, give me this Shumanite because I am madly in love with her. They replied, so love our fall down before our gods, the great profane and holy, and take her. However, I did not want to worship their gods, so I said to them, I worship no foreign god. But they threatened violence against the maiden, saying, if you have the opportunity to go to the kingdom of Solomon, say to him, I will not go to bed with you unless you become like my people and take 5 loaves and sacrifice them in the name of Rahman and Moses. So because I loved her, she was full blown and I was out of my senses.
I was out of my who?
I was out of my senses. I accepted as nothing the custom of sacrificing the blood of loaves. I took them in my
See, so hold on for a second, bro. So that means he just partook in a foreign ritual, a ritual to another god, and he looked there like it was nothing. That ain't nothing. I'm Solomon, man. Most High appeared to me twice. What you talking about?
Right.
I know about all these Davids.
All for some lust too, because he seen her and then said he seen her and said he was madly in love. You didn't even know her. All for some lust.
Yeah.
Right.
All for some lust.
He saw her and was madly in love with her.
Yeah, he was madly in lust with her.
When he peeped her, it just
I want that.
men get fire in their bones.
Right.
You be like, oh, who is that?
Right.
Being he the king, hey, he like, look, this is what it is. I'm going to pursue her and I'm going to add her to my harem.
Right. Right, absolutely.
But notice he say he was out his senses.
Yeah, he did say
Meaning he wasn't guarding his grill. You feel me? Come on, Hebrew. What else to say?
But they threatened violence against the maiden, saying, if you have the opportunity to go to the kingdom of Solomon, say to him, I will go to bed. I will not go to bed with you unless you become like my people and take 5 loaves and sacrifice them in the name of Raphan and Molech.
I will not go to bed with you.
You ain't finna get none of this unless you get down with my God.
Right.
You feel me?
Because
Go ahead, bro.
Because I loved the girl. She was in full bloom and I was out of my senses.
She was in
I
full
accepted
bloom.
as nothing the custom of sacrificing the blood of loaves. I took them in my hand and sacrificed them in the name of Raphan and Molech, idols. And I took the maiden to the palace of my kingdom. So the Spirit of God departed from me, and from that day on, my words became as idle talk. She convinced me to build temples of idols. As a result, I, wretched man that I am, carried out her advice, and the glory of God completely departed from me. My spirit was darkened, and I became a laughing stock to the idols and demons. For this reason, I have written out this, my testament, in order that those who hear might pray about and pay attention to the last things, and not the first things, in order that they might finally find grace forever.
That's right.
Fell off at the end.
So y'all see that? It ain't hard, it's just you get complacent.
You just get what, Hebrew?
Complacent. That's the difference from Abraham. Abraham never lost his mind to complacency. He was in it up to the point. Y'all understand Abraham circumcised himself. So, and this was at 99. So, hold on, just like at 99, and then y'all have to understand the most vulnerable part about what Solomon was doing with all these. He was sealing a covenant because on the end of a man's vessel is the circumcision. That's the covenant. So when you go with your covenant, you're making an allegiance. Can believers dwell with unbelievers? Can light dwell with darkness? At that point, the covenant met their covenant. And they won over. And all of the rules say this covenant meets a woman with the same covenant. Because if you see a woman out of another nation, you won't bring her in, but she got a partner, she got to come into this covenant. Like Ruth and Boaz, it can't be they flipped the script on Sodom.
Did you peep though, Dan? How spiritual he lost all his spiritual powers. He said the same demons he used to control with the ring was now laughing.
Right.
That's deep.
Right.
The same one he ordering around is looking like, nigga, please.
Right.
You fell to a Zuchu site, whatever it was.
Right.
A Shushan site or whatever it was.
You fell off.
He straight fell off and lost his spiritual powers and became a mockery of the people he ruled over and of the demons.
Right, and y'all understand this thing, Satan knows what he does, because to get you into illegal covenants, you're talking and you're speaking to a woman and you're telling her in your youth, all I want to do is put the covenant in.
I just want to hit that.
Promise.
Just want to hit that. Peabody, she came to him. She said, if you want to go to bed with me, you gotta do this.
But you think about what you're saying. Right, I'm a be right. I'm not gonna go too far. I'm just gonna put the. Well, that's you done went too far. Then you done sealed a marriage deal. You can't just back out at that deep. You know, but that was the talk when we was coming up. Begging a woman, just that part. That's all I promise.
Just the tip, huh?
You know that's lying. You know you lying. Because 2 weeks later, the argument. Well, you said you was on the bill. Well, you said it was only going to be the covenant part.
That's serious, man.
A baby here now. From that covenant going the wrong way, and this what got Solomon, y'all. So it's no coincidence the Most High had a man to be circumcised there, so he would be true in his heart with his covenant.
Right.
And then he wouldn't produce children. Like I say, better man had no children than a man just keep producing children from a bad covenant.
Right. And people what Molly teaching though. He known himself to know wisdom and folly. He knew the dark side as far as you can go. All the dark signs he knew on the righteous side, like all the intellect, all of that, all the women. He had jacuzzis, pools, vineyards.
Yeah.
He had everything you want, good and bad. And at the end of the day, he said, man, all this ain't worth nothing for God to keep his commandments.
Right.
And it goes back to the lesson he taught on Monday morning quarterbacking with Ruban. At the end of the day, you don't need all of this out-of-box experience stuff. All you need is the scripture and keep it basic and be diligent in your walk. That's the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So it just brings you back to that. Like the only thing we're supposed to be doing is keeping the commandments, studying his word. We don't need to be all over here in planet Pluton studying what's going on in a constellation you don't even exist in. You know what I'm saying? Like keep it basic, stay at home. And he didn't do that and he fell off.
Yeah, that's the thing. Seeking things that are too high for you. You feel me? You looked up at everything departed out of him, and now he's a laughing stock. The same thing will be for y'all. You feel me? You go out here and fall off, and you've been shaloming everybody all on Instagram, folk tribing, Yahoo, Israelite, this and that, and you fall off, boy, you gonna be a laughing stock.
Right.
Feel me? It's the same exact thing. His mind is our mind, and that's why guard your grill. Keep your mind with all diligence. Out of it proceeds the issues of life. That's where you get the saying, guard your grill from.
That's right.
Guard your grill, because at any moment you can go left field and not be focused. Get complacent, start compromising, girl. Okay, yeah, put your little altar up, right? That's cool. Most High ain't finna be mad at me, because now you compromising, even though the Lord warned Solomon.
That's right.
He say, look, if you do what I tell you to do, this thing will go on forever. But if you and your sons turn, I'm coming to holler at you for that. Play at your own risk. I put two paths before you, life and death. Choose life. You got a choice. What you gonna do?
And you know what that does also, Mal? It lets us truly understand never to have respect to persons.
That's right.
So you can talk about anybody, but if somebody bring this up, you trying to promote this scripture from Solomon's standpoint of view, the naysayer gonna bring up all of what we talking about, and that's gonna bring it back down to here. But you can't do it with the Messiah because he was not found. No sin was found in him.
Right.
So all of this is just they coming at him because they want to give him a bad name. But you ain't never heard, ain't nobody in here can name one sin the Messiah ever done.
Flat out.
Not one. If they did, this discussion about the Messiah would have been over a long time.
Right.
But see, like when somebody say, oh, Psalm 110 was talking about King Solomon, well, we'll bring this up and that eliminates Solomon.
Yeah, because
Straight up.
yeah, what we about to read about him, boy, eliminates him from sitting at the right hand of the Heavenly Father. And then you can cancel that. You can cancel that. Yeah, he was great in his day, but he fell off when you remember his fall more than when we read about how he was about to divide the child earlier.
Yeah.
You don't even bring that up no more. And that was one of his first court cases he tried. And displayed his wisdom. He said, get that baby over, grab me a sword. I'm gonna split the baby. I'm gonna get the truth out of this situation one way or another. I'm gonna introduce fear into the equation and watch somebody start talking truth. And that's what happened. You don't even bring it up. Whenever Solomon get brought up, more than likely, they're gonna be talking about his dark side.
Yep. Right. Molech worshiping Solomon?
You talking about Molech worshiping Solomon?
And look, everybody that try to put King Solomon in Psalm 110, and as soon as you say, who you talking about, Molech worshiping Solomon, it frees them right there. They like they frozen in time. They're like, hey, he knew about that.
Yeah.
But y'all, we have to understand, did you hit that 1 Kings 4 while you just done? 4:29, just hit that for me real quick.
Okay, bro.
And it's just a point to let you know how far Solomon's wisdom excelled of all the men in Israel, y'all, and he fell off, y'all. So just letting you know, y'all, nobody is above measure. Nobody, there's only one worthy to be worshipped as the coming king, y'all. It's only one. I don't care who else you put up. You can't put David in there. We know what he did. But just hit 429 down to 33. Just in the same, and jump right back over. I just want everybody to see, because there's two brothers in here that wrote some psalms as well. I'm talking about one of them was known as the pearl of wisdom. And Solomon excelled him.
That's right.
Yeah, just hit that a little bit. Just at 429 down to 33.
Yeah, remember proverb mean mental superiority. And this is how men used to meet up in the ancient world. They used to see who was wiser. Everybody be dropping their bars. They you know what I'm saying? Everybody rapping, dropping their bars or whatever.
Right.
Seeing who sound the tightest and got the best lyrics. The ancient world, it was about that too. It was about seeing whose wisdom was on point.
That's right.
All right. This right here is 1 Kings 4:29. And the Most High gave Solomon wisdom and understanding, exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Etham the Ezrahite, and Heman and Kalkal and Darda, the sons of Mahal, and his fame was in all nations round about.
So when you read Psalm 88 and Psalms 89, these two boys. So when there wasn't Solomon's wisdom, so to speak, or David. That was these boys spitting balls. You know, Psalm 88, Psalm 89. Go ahead, brother.
And he spake 3,000 proverbs.
How many?
3,000 proverbs. And his songs were 1,005 bars. I'm just playing, man.
Yeah.
And his songs were 1,005. And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts, and of fowl, and of creeping things, and of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon, from all kings of the earth, which had heard of his wisdom.
Yes, sir.
So his wisdom was world renowned, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about all Egypt, so ain't no need to even worry about an Egyptian talking about wisdom. Solomon was way past that.
Yeah.
But fell off.
Let's do it. Let's do 1 Kings. We in chapter 11. Let's get into this.
We're in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11 and verse 3.
You said real quick, if any of y'all gotta leave before class is over and y'all need Passover tickets, I'm gonna give them to bro over here. So y'all just see him, you said over class, AZ. So just see AZ in the back before if y'all gotta.
Raise your hand, AZ. All right, come on now, let's get it.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 3.
Yeah.
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart.
Come on.
For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Most High his Elohim, as was the heart of David his father.
That's why Hosea just read that out the Testament of Solomon, saying once he started dealing with them other gods, the glory and spirit of the Most High left him. Immediately left him. You see? Now how you get all this wisdom, world renown, and then allow anything or anybody to have you drop the ball? And how do you drop the ball like that? Right? Do you think this don't apply to you? It can apply to everybody up in here.
Straight up.
You feel me? Especially the Most High deal with you on the level he deal with you on, and then you turn around and turn a blind eye to evil, and you start allowing wickedness for the sake of, dang, peace in the home, whatever excuse you think you got. You feel me? This wasn't an excuse for Solomon to get complacent and turn his back on the Most High. Come on, Hebrew, let's get it.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth,
Oh man,
the goddess of the Zidonians.
that's where they get Easter from. That's the spring fertility goddess right there, Ashtoreth.
Straight up.
Her other name is Asherah or Ishtar, Isis, whatever you want to call her. The Astarte, the queen of heaven. That's what they call this heifer right here, the queen of heaven. Solomon went after her. Come on, he called on. There, that woman on that Starbucks emblem, a logo, yeah. That Statue of Liberty in the New York Harbor, yeah. It's the same thing. She just changed her name every culture she go into. Feel me? But it's the same exact ritual. Solomon started dealing with these false idols, these gods. That the Most High say, look, if you do what I tell you to do, I got you forever. But if you don't, I'm coming to get you. And he started doing it. Let's read,
And after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites.
Dealing with abominations. Come on,
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Most High, and went not fully after the Most High as did David his father.
What you mean? The Most High appeared to Solomon twice. Gave him every heart's desire. Every heart's desire. And he fumbles like this. What excuse does he have? Hosea, go ahead.
Is it safe to assume that because we so far away from what we're trying to get back to our culture as opposed to what Solomon is represented to? Is it the way they got all this stuff woven into just everyday life? Is it safe to say that it might even be a little more difficult for us to be on board against that kind of demonic stuff? Because how it's what you look at on TV, it's on the radio, it's on the clothes, it's on everything.
But it's been everywhere though. You feel me? Like you going back, you dealing with spirits before the flood.
Straight up. Straight up.
It's been everywhere since the fallen ones. It's been everywhere since the garden. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been that. We fight the same battle.
That's right.
The exact same battle. So even if it is like, okay, we in Babylon and we didn't know who we are, what they say about us that know? You feel me? We know different than Solomon.
That's right.
We actually know who we are. We know the commands. We didn't just wake up yesterday, right? And we still look for some type of wiggle room to be complacent, you feel me, as if the Most High gonna give us a pass.
That's right.
He ain't giving out no passes, man. Especially once you know better. Especially once you know better. You feel me? Now, we can play around and say, well, think about it, brother. You know this. Hey, man, look, I feel you. I'm a man. I feel you. But me feeling you ain't gonna get you to pass you looking for. It don't stop nothing. I tell you all day I feel you, brother. Yeah, I know, but man, temptation, huh? It ain't got nothing to do with judgment. Me feeling you has nothing to do with judgment. You still gotta holler. All right, so take your walk, make this your call and election sure. Take this thing serious.
That's right.
All right, because Solomon should have took it serious. You got the Most High appearing to him twice. Granted him not only the wisdom he asked for, but even stuff he didn't ask for. You get riches, you get glory, you get all that.
That's right.
So at what point do we say, dang, I remember how the Most High was dealing with me. I remember all these great sacrifices. Yeah, woman, it's all good. Go ahead and bring in this abomination. You feel me? At what point in his mind did he start compromising? Then ask yourself, do I compromise? Do I make excuses? You feel me? Or I'm going to execute the charge of the Most High by any means necessary. You got to get done. Is that your mindset, or are you looking for an excuse to wiggle about your responsibility? Let's read, brother.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Then did Solomon build in high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab.
He know what he's doing. He's building a temple, a place of worship and sacrifice, an altar for a false god. So he's intentionally going to do this. Ain't nobody twisting his arm behind his back. The greatest man, the most wisest man ever, turns and worships the devil. Don't act like it's something new. I mean, come on now. Your boy came out years ago and said, Jesus walks with me. And then turned around and said, I sold my soul to the devil. Kanye West I speak of. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He had a song called Jesus Walks when he came out. You feel me? Made him real famous. Blew up. Yes, that boy, the Jesus is with that boy. Yes. We'll see. We'll see. Right? Years later, he got up on stage and say, people be acting like they not real. Like they don't go through these situations.
Right.
We got to stop fronting. And he said, I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal.
Yeah.
But it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. Huh? Same boy that told you Jesus walked, turned around, told you he sold his soul to the devil.
Right.
Huh? Same one that walked with Messiah, Judas, witnessed the miracle, sold him out for some slave wages.
Chicken change.
Chicken change. Let's not act like this type of stuff don't happen.
Then he retracted him out by saying, I made Jesus walk, so I'm never going to hell.
Yeah. Don't act like we don't see these things. It's right in front of you.
What's them lyrics?
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
He had a song called The Evils back in '96. Devils, The Evils. On his album called Reasonable Doubt. He said it. He said, that's the life, I kick it. That's right, I'm wicked. I'm not asking for forgiveness for my sins. I don't pray to God, I pray to God These are your icons' lyrics.
That's right.
And then Jay-Z pop up with a shirt to say, do what you want to do.
That's right.
Which is the law of Satan.
He just had a concert. He had a concert, and at his concert, he had everybody in the crowd worshiping the devil. He kept telling them to repeat, I worship Satan, nigga. Put the mic out. I worship Satan, nigga. The whole crowd. 6,000 people there worshiping Satan with this man.
And look, he's falling the same way because he understands all of his vanity. Between him and his wife, they worth $1 billion. So when they talk just $1 billion on the elevator when they were scrapping, it's $1 billion on the elevator, but it's all vanity because his song on the album called The Life of OJ. If y'all ain't heard it, check it out because he'll tell you rich nigga, poor nigga, nigga. So he done heard, he said you go from here to here, but the establishment still look at you like this, so it's all vanity. So he at this point, I done sold my soul and this the best it's gonna be. This the best it's gonna be, and guess what? I'm aging and this flesh is still corrupted. Faster than I can spend the money that I have.
What the song called?
The Life of OJ.
Life of OJ.
And he got a video out there, it's like a coon emblem, that little monkey head on it, and it's walking through, you know, talking about, you know, how they had a little watermelon deal, man, you know, when they mocking that, and he's showing them moving from different places of wealth and power, but the establishment still say, you ain't never got enough money because we make what you're trying to get your fame off of. We don't deal with paper, we deal with power. We rule countries. We deal with gold. And we got all of the gold on planet Earth on lock. We got everything in Fort Knox. We got it all up here. And it's the only money that's still to this day that will be able probably to buy you a little something in a day. Hey, he got a mouth full of gold. But when that time gets hot in there, he may not give it 2 crackers for that all them gold in his mouth. When they pull him out, now he got gaps in his teeth, he smiles, look like his tongue in jail. But that's all he gets.
Come on, Hebrew, let's get her done.
In the book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
They still worship Molech in the music industry today.
Yeah, they do.
Bohemian Grove, y'all look all that stuff up. They still worshiping Molech. Molech is an ancient god that still gets worshipped by the elite to this very day. Huh? It's not a game. Bohemian Grove, look it up. They worshiping Molech. You dig? Solomon building altars and high places to all these gods willingly. Huh? You talking about blaspheming the Holy Spirit, boy. Huh? You willingly are going against the Most High at this point. You know what you're doing. Huh? What make you say, man, to hell with it, man? I'm going for broke. Huh? Knowing that the Most High appeared to you twice, knowing he gave you the warning. That's what we don't want to arrive at. You don't ever want to get to the point to where you lose your shame.
That's right.
You like, man, later for I'm going
Say
for
that
broke.
again, lose your what?
Lose your shame.
See, when you lose your shame, you refuse to repent at that point. Because you don't care who see you at this point. You're known as the flyest guy in the hood. Now you're standing out on Kings Highway and Natural Bridge, old clothes, bummy clothes, wore out, and it's not to help feed you, get your own. You're saying, I need y'all to put in this cup so I can feed my habit. That's how far it'll slide. And then we shame more than they are. You say, man, is that cool, Roo? And you see him looking, you look the other way. Damn, I don't want him to see me see him like that. Right. I remember how it used to be. It's not you turning away from him, but you more ashamed than he is.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Verse 8. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their God.
You realize, well, that if each wife got a different god, that's over 700 different altars to different gods that he got to erect in the land of the Most High, in Israel. This was a direct hit from Satan.
That's right.
And at some point, Solomon just said, look, I give up. I give up. I'm going for broke. Come on, Hebrew.
And the Most High was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Most High Yah of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice.
Yeah, Most High dealing with you. He get mad at you if you start going against him. That's the God we serve.
That's right.
There's conditions to his covenant. There are no lawless covenants. You can't do what you want to do. You want him to deal with you on that level? Stay faithful into the covenant. Stay faithful. All right, come on, Hebrew.
And he commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Most High commanded.
He had to go real hard, man. Every Masonic order, every secret society, they all got an affinity for Solomon. Everybody, man. Every secret society you bring into play, the Masons will bring them up. You feel me? Even though they're doing rituals to the dark side,
That's right.
Solomon gets blamed for it. Solomon gets blamed for it to this very day. Keys of Solomon.
Look, got David being blamed for what he created, the star.
The hexagram.
The hexagram.
Yeah.
David didn't have nothing to do with that.
Solomon introducing black magic and witchcraft into the nation. And allowing these strange women just to run amok, man. Do what you want to do. Come on now.
Verse 11. Wherefore the Most High said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant.
So ain't no one saved, always saved. You get your glory snatched. He said, I'm taking what I gave you my kingdom.
That's right.
Right? Solomon never saw war. I'm going to take that from you and give it to a servant. We ain't been one nation since. You talking about over 2,700 years.
Oh.
The 12 tribes of Israel ain't been one nation because of this evil right here. And you look at paganism as if it's something you just sneeze at. That's okay. Babies are hunting for Easter. This is okay. Are you vouching for what Solomon did? You vouching for these rituals to these other gods that got the kingdom rent from him? You cool with that? And you gonna blame it on babies, the kids?
Right. The innocents.
Yeah. Come on now.
Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son, for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
All right, drop that Hebrew. Let's go over Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Start around verse 12 for me. We're going over the psychology of the mindset of Solomon.
That's right.
What would cause someone that great and that glorious and all that wisdom to willingly start worshiping the devil? And then that way you can check yourself and be circumspect in the moves you make out here, the thoughts you have. You understand? The speech that come off your lips and the moves you make, because it's all being recorded. Right? You think Solomon wanted y'all to know 3,000 years later that he was a devil worshiper? His business all out on Front Street, ain't it? Y'all gossiping about Solomon. Huh? You think David wanted y'all to know about that wickedness he was trying to cover up with Bathsheba? No, this whole Bible is full of everybody's business, ain't it?
Straight up.
That you may learn from their mistakes and not make the same mistake. Play at your own risk. No, choose life. All right, that's where we at right here. Ecclesiastes chapter 1. Start around verse 12 for me, read to the end, and we're going to go into chapter 2. Now you see the mindset of a man that was writing Ecclesiastes. Vanity of vanity, saith the preacher. All is vanity. He at the end of his life writing this.
That's right.
He's memorizing, like, man, I had it good, man. I had pools, I built palaces, I planted vineyards, I had servants, but every desire I wanted, I went and got that. He's reminiscing over his life at the end of his life, writing Ecclesiastes. You feel me? After the glory of the Most High been snatched from him. After he's remembering how wisdom was with him and everything, then he's sitting up writing Ecclesiastes like, hey, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
That's right.
You better fear God and keep his commandments. That's your whole duty.
To the end.
For the Most High will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, every little secret ritual he was doing. Yeah, Most High got that logged. He keep the best records.
That's right.
He got all that logged. You understand? So after his glory was snatched from him, then he write Ecclesiastes so that you could learn from his mistakes. You feel me? So that you can learn. And this also lets you know, man, the Most High could be dealing with you at one point. You feel me? But you will fall off and you will be a laughing stock. So you got to diligently, like constantly be on this. You feel me? You got to constantly ask for a quadruple dose of humility. Constantly.
That's right.
That power is right there. You feel me? If you evil, you could take the power that's offered right here and manipulate it. You feel me? To feed your own carnal lust.
That's right.
Play at your own risk. Feel me? You could fall off just like this man right here. If you don't take this thing serious. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, my brother.
Is it me?
Yeah, read 1 and 2 and then jump down to 12 for me.
1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2, then jump down to 12. So y'all can see this Solomon. At the end of his life, it's like his memoirs. He's writing his memoirs like, dang, man, I remember I had it good, boy. Everything I wanted, I got. Feel me? Had all the gold, had all the clothes. Had it all.
Right.
I wasn't gonna keep going. Yeah, I wasn't gonna keep going, but yeah, he had what he wanted. He tell you all in Ecclesiastes, whatever I desired, I got it. Whether it was in righteousness or whether it was in wickedness, I went forward.
Run that 1 through 4.
Okay, bro. Let's get her done.
All right, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, verse 1. You know this verse I did.
Yeah. Okay, bro.
The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Vanity of vanity, saith the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
All is vanity means worthless, man. All is worthless. You talking about a man that achieved everything he wanted. What are your goals in life?
Right.
What are your goals? The kingdom of heaven. You keep that as your goal, and everything else you do is just what you do to feed your family. Leave it at that. You feel me? You can achieve everything like Solomon did, and then get the glory and wisdom of the Most High snatched right off you.
That's right.
And you willingly start worshiping the devil. And who knows if the Most High gonna have mercy on him in that day? Who knows? You did? Come on, Hebrew.
What profit hath a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun?
Good question. Come on.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh. But the earth abideth forever.
Hallelujah.
Where you hear that at, Johnny? Forever. Where you hear that at? Huh?
Verse 12.
Verse 12. I, the preacher, was king over Israel and Jerusalem.
Come on.
And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath Yah given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith.
He says, so he gave his heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning everything done under heaven.
That's right.
And he say, this sore travail, God has given the man to be afflicted with or to be exercised with. You feel me? Because you actually think you're going to figure out the Most High's creation.
That's right.
It's never ending. You feel me? You can't drill too far into the ground without pressure busting. You can't dive too deep into the ocean without too much pressure. You understand? What you think you didn't figure out, you ain't figured out. So he called it sore travail that the Most High done gave to men to be exercised with. But Solomon say, bump it. I want to know. I want to know every operation under this sun. Come on, Hebrew.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Remember, he ain't writing this at the beginning of his life.
That's right.
This is the end. It's after he done fell off. Right? He like, look, man, I seen everything y'all can even name. Speak it, I did it. That's what he's saying. I tested every extreme, whether it was righteous, whether it was wicked. Whatever my heart desired, I did it. And at the end of his life, this man who achieved more than any of y'all will ever achieve 1,000,000,000 times over. You ain't nowhere near, you'll never get on Solomon's level. It's not happening. Not on that level. I prayed to him twice. Gave him wisdom, gave him a kingdom. You ain't nobody here runs a kingdom. You don't have a kingdom to run. You don't have the gold still being regulated on the stock market to this very day. Solomon's gold, his treasures are still world renowned. To this day. Everything you think you desire and want, he did. And at the end of his life, he like, man, look, all that vanity and vexation of spirit, I wasted my time.
That's right.
That's what happened. Come on, Hebrew.
That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered.
Flat out.
I communed with mine own heart, saying, lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yeah, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge.
You hear what he said? Came the greatest. Everybody before me, I was greater than. I had it all. Come on, now.
And I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly.
Oh, hold on. That's two extremes there. I gave my heart to know wisdom and madness and folly. Folly is foolishness. Feel me? The opposite of that is wisdom. So he let it be known, I gave my mind over to every extreme. You want to talk about the light or you want to talk about darkness? What you want to talk about? I did that. He gave, and he's saying, I willingly gave myself over to that. He's writing his memoirs at the end of his life.
He didn't say study, he said
Gave himself over to it.
Yeah.
Come on, Hebrew.
I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit.
Come on.
For in much wisdom is much grief.
Y'all heard that? The more wisdom you attain, the more wise you become, grief follows. Right? You get certain knowledge, you be thinking, yeah, everybody gonna want to know this, and they be like, man, don't nobody want to hear all that.
Right.
You feel me? You get more wisdom and more knowledge, and you be thinking, okay, well, you know, family gonna want to hear this.
Yeah.
Brothers in the streets gonna want to get themselves together.
Yes, right.
Sisters gonna want to get off the stripper poles.
Yeah.
You feel me? All that. I'm saying, like, you, in your mind, when you first receive this living water, you be like, I'm telling the entire world this.
Right.
And in your mind, you think everybody gonna, you know, get on board. But reality sets in, and you start getting more and more grief behind it. Because as you increase wisdom, you increase grief.
That's right.
You increase knowledge, you increase sorrow.
And y'all think about the most grievous part if you don't understand it, because you got this knowledge, first thing you start doing is thinking about your grandmama, your great-grandmama. Wonder if I'm gonna see my mama. She didn't know nothing about this. So that grief sets in.
Yeah.
Will I be in a kingdom that she ain't around, because did she know what I know? So now you start doubting a little bit. Do I want to be in that kingdom without mama and big mama? Because they didn't know. They got the opportunity like everybody on planet Earth gets an opportunity.
Yeah.
So everybody will have the opportunity to see this, is whether or not they take it. Is what it is, right?
Right, it's
You can't
either-
say I never knew, right?
No, because either he gonna visit you in a dream or show it to you, because it has to be without excuse. You can't stand at Judgment Day and say, Lord, I just don't know how you don't know. I never knew this. You put me in slavery, so, you know, you took all of the writings, and he'll say, well, let's get in on your thought process here. After a hard day of picking cotton, do you remember me visiting you and gonna tell you something so vivid? Do y'all understand why older people, when they get closer to death, can remember things when they was 5 and 6 years old more than they can remember yesterday? It's a flashback of your whole life. So you got to recall back when you was visited, because you're heading to judgment. So it's going to be without excuse. He says, I'm going to make you recall the thoughts of your imagination. So before you put your hand to go do that dirt, he going to show you how you was calculating. Then I'm going to go over here. Then I'm going to stop by over here. All that's in play, and he's going to show you yourself thinking.
That's
Judgment time.
That's ugly.
So furthermore, the question she was asked, this is basically a testimony of a female friend I had recently. I just cut her off about a week ago. Her heart wasn't right.
Right.
And she said she was giving me testimony of the experience she went through when God called upon her. You know, she had just lost a child, her fourth child. She was in the hospital. They was taking the baby out of her, but they had to put her under on some LSD type of medicine where her mind, her third eye was all the way open.
Right.
And she said in that sleep, the Lord came to her and gave her all the knowledge of her past, of her ancestors. You are a member of the Israelites, you are a Hebrew Israelite. And she said she came out of it screaming these things and gave a message of the Lord to a nurse that was standing right there. She don't remember the message, you know what I'm saying? But the lady ran out crying, you know what I'm saying? But then I turned around and after asked her what's her belief in the Lord. And she had the nerve to come out of her mouth and say, we guys, because man created beholders of life, and we put it in them to nurture that we are guys. So I had to cut her off because I couldn't explain to her that we not.
So you see, she had somebody masquerading as an angel of light that came to her in that dream.
It may not be. It may have been the Lord coming to tell her this is the truth, but she decided to turn away from it, you know, even after. Because that's why I asked, like, what's your belief in the Lord? And you say God came to you and called out to you, what's your belief in the Lord? And she had to learn to say, I'm a God.
Well, see, the Lord never tempted with evil, so you asked her conclusion of the matter. So she didn't have, her conclusion wasn't that he reigns supreme, the woman is man, because you still got the 1 Corinthians 11, who did the woman come from? So she can't reign supreme over where her beginning started. You know, so in one thing, she done leapfrogged the whole hierarchy in 1 Corinthians 11. She's leapfrogged her head, then leapfrogged the Messiah, and now she's leapfrogged the Father because she said women are gods. Only in the sense of Psalm 82. But you're going to die like men and women. You reproduce life, but you're going to die. If that wasn't the case, all these funeral homes would be out of business. So you have to examine what's coming out of her mouth. But he came to the Messiah in Matthew 4 and asked him all the same questions. Your father said this, he gave me this. If you worship me, I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world. Showed him America. I'll give you that too, in its glory. I'll give you that too if you bow down. He's like, you got to be kidding me. You know about the kingdom that's coming that I'm supposed to run. You already know that that's what we were scrapping up out in heaven. What are you talking about? But he thought because he was in flesh like he would fold. That's why he say you hungry. Make these stones bread so you can eat. The Messiah answered back, man should not live by what?
Bread alone.
But by what?
Every word.
What the devil do then? After 3 temptations, he burned out. He like, can't get it. He's still up to himself, even in the flesh. So you have to pinpoint on what her dream was about to ask her. First thing, did you go and pray what the vision meant before you came up with I'm God? Because if you didn't, that was an angel masquerading as an angel of light. So Satan come in your dream.
Yeah.
That's what's called nightmares. The Most High don't tempt you with evil to have you so scared you kick the covers up on the ceiling fan trying to wake up.
So how do you know if it's from the Most High or
from his laws, statutes, and judgment? You cannot sin in your sleep. Your soul will not allow you to sin in your sleep unless it's already locked in your subconscious to do it. You can't get away with anything. In your subconscious, that's where you have to keep the law the most because it dictates how you walk when you wake up. Your flesh now obeys your mental when you wake up out of a dream to see which way you're going or which way you're going to move. So you would tell somebody, man, that dream looks like it was real. What happened in the dream? Your walk is according to that dream. You're scared to go back to sleep if it was a bad one. You're going over here and then you're starting to think, well, I don't want to say this. And then you're telling people things that, you know, it was about 3 cats and a bird, you know, and you're trying to get somebody to interpret for you, calling everybody. The script say go in your closet and pray that you may interpret what you dream. First, so you get edification. Hell, I can tell you it mean anything. Uh-oh, 3 cats and a bird. Dang. Last time a person dreamed this, man, when he came out of that fish and chicken plate. 3 shots to the head, man. Don't go to the fish and chicken plate. So you passing that up every day. Anybody can make anything if you don't understand the rules, even when you're asleep. That's why Deuteronomy 23:10 is in there. If a man have a nocturnal emission while he's asleep, he has to do exactly like Leviticus 15. Say he has to get up and wash himself. You don't know what he's thinking, but what he is thinking is supernatural because it went off, laying flat on his back. You couldn't do that awake if they gave you $1 million. $1 million right here on the bed. Make it go. Like you did in your dream last night. Make it go. You be
ain't happening.
Lord help. No, ain't gonna help you. But you can go back, you can go to sleep laying flat on your back, no friction, and wake up underwear as soggy as hell. How does that happen? So you have to understand what he's saying with this. This is what Satan wants to get control of first, because he can have you doing supernatural evil. That's his whole job. That's what he's up to. That's why he always comes after you get wisdom and you've made it through a bad part. Right after the Red Sea, he show up to test you and see if you're going to play God for cheap. Or like what does God have for me lately? Like throwing up in the toilet. And they rubbing your back. I swear, Lord, if you spare me this time, I swear I ain't going to never drink again. The phone ring. You wipe them mama up. Hello. You better get over here, boys. Free Hennessy. I'm on my way. That quick. Then forgot about what you just said. I'll never drink again. Free hen, all you can drink. Now you're going back to being the same position you was in. Go ahead, man.
Excellent analogy, my brother. Somebody else, I think brother had his hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to, she asked a question, how do you know? I just wanted to piggyback off of what she was saying, and then add to what you were saying as well. You have to keep it in the ramification of the word.
Absolutely.
Of his word.
Right.
That's how you know.
Right.
So, and that's staying tuned with it.
Absolutely. Meditate before you go to sleep. That's what he said. Meditate on that word before you get it. Like you watch a scary movie, you're going to dream about it, right? You get scripts in your mind, you get your prayer on before you lay down and go to sleep. That's what you meditating on, the law, statutes, and judgments. So when the evil one comes to you, you be like, you don't know how to hear with that. You know I just got through reading them songs. The last thing on your mind. But see, the last thing on our mind is a lot of wickedness. And we practice it when we wake up.
And while you sleep.
And while you sleep.
You perfected while you sleep, what?
Yeah. See, the devil gonna try law breaking in your sleep because that's when you're most vulnerable, y'all. That's when this is working and everything else is solid. You can be tough and throw these up in the flesh. But when it's spiritual warfare, you be running down them steps like Willie and Ghost when he wrote Boo on the Murder. And he was a killer.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure was.
Go ahead, bro.
To that supernatural kind.
Yeah.
All right, we in Ecclesiastes chapter 2. We got a few more of these. We're going to get up out of here. We're just going over the mindset of Solomon. How the Most High can deal with you in glory, wisdom, riches. And then you can go from that to willingly going against the Most High and serving the devil. If you don't make your calling and your election sure. If you don't give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Solomon is a great example of someone the Most High was dealing with, gave him a kingdom, gave him salvation, right? And he willingly started worshiping the devil. Willingly went to the dark side. You feel me? There is no excuse. Let's read Hebrew chapter 2.
I said in mine heart, go to now. I will prove thee with mirth. Therefore enjoy pleasure. And behold, this also is vanity.
Mirth. You know what mirth is. You feel me? Feasting, enjoying yourself. Let me go ahead and experience every pleasure that I want. He said, dang, that also was vanity. I did what I wanted to do. Go ahead, Hebrew.
I said of laughter, it is mad. And of mirth, what doeth it?
Yeah.
I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine, yet acquainting my heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly.
And to lay hold on what?
On folly.
On folly. He dealing with wisdom and he dealing with foolishness. Huh? Let's read, brother.
Till I might see what was that good for the sons of men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life.
All the days of what?
Hey. Y'all hold it down back there in that corner. Or separate one of them.
Verse 4. I made me great works. I builded me houses. I planted me vineyards.
You feel me? Everything you desire to build, he was building. Everything you desire to do. You feel me? Most of us ain't even going to buy a piece of land and build a house in our lifetime. Right. This man did everything he desired. I want to build, time to build. I want to plant me an orchard and vineyard, let's do it. I want to drink the best wine, let me drink it. I want to be foolish tonight, I'm going to be foolish. Come on, Hebrew.
I made me gardens and orchards. I planted trees in them, all kind of fruits. I made me pools of water.
I got a swimming pool in your backyard. Solomon had pools thousands of years ago. Come on, Hebrew.
To water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, and had servants born in my house. Also I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I got me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men, as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. So I was great, and increased more than they all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me.
He said, I was great. He's speaking in past tense. He's at the end of his life reminiscing.
That's right.
Everything I wanted, I got. Everything I desired, I attained it. I was greater than anybody ever set in Jerusalem ever. Come on, Hebrew.
And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them.
Y'all heard that? Boy, that's scary. Some of y'all got some wicked desires. That's scary, boy. You can assume a whole lot behind that statement. Whatever my heart desired, my eyes desired, I didn't keep back from it. I fed that carnal lust. And who knows what all that implies? I don't even want to get to assuming.
That's right.
It is some wicked desires out here. All right, come on, Hebrew.
I withheld not my heart from any joy. For my heart rejoiced in all my labor. And this was my portion of all my labor.
Come on.
Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on the labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of the spirit. And there was no profit under the sun.
Like, dang, all that building I did, every desire that I got, all that need not keeping nothing back for myself, every craving, wisdom, whether it was wisdom or folly. And he still called it vanity and vexation of spirit. You trade your soul off for temporary gratification. Nothing that you achieve, that same desire don't be there. You be on a little high for about a day or two.
That's right.
You feel me? And then, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. You got the job of your dreams. You hate going to work now. You got the car of your dreams. You understand? You don't got that same feeling for that car that you had while you was pursuing it. Got the spouse of your dreams. You can't stand them some days. You're never satisfied at the point. Well, we at everything's temporary. It's temporary gratification. But eternity is eternal gratification. They say the Messiah's kingdom is a forever increasing and never ending kingdom. That means it's constantly expanding. And it will never end. You understand? This right here that you put all your eggs in one basket is temporary. And you got to maintain it.
That's right.
You got to maintain it. If not, it's going to fall through. All is vanity. Come on, Hebrew.
And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly.
Wow.
For what can the man do that cometh after the king? Even that which hath been already done. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness.
So he dealing with both extremes. Wisdom is as far from foolishness as light is from darkness. But he dealing on both extremes here. Come on, Hebrew.
The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceive it also, that one event happeneth to them all.
Yeah, you all equal in the grave. The wise and the foolish are equal when they take the dirt now. Y'all equal at that point. He like, look, the same event happened to everybody. Now he's at a dilemma. Then what the hell was I so wise for?
That's right.
If the same thing happened to the fool that happened to me, then why was I wise? What was the point? Come on, Hebrew.
Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even unto me, even to me.
Yeah.
And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart, that this is also vanity.
Yeah, he's being conflicted on the inside. It's almost like Paul in Romans 7. The good that I would do, I don't do.
That's right.
What I ain't supposed to do, I'm doing. He's conflicted at this point. He's like, man, what am I supposed to do here? If the same thing happened to the wise that happened to the fool, what am I being wise for? What's the point? And at the end of it, he reveals his hand. Fear God and keep his commandments. That's your whole duty. You understand? But if you're doing everything, fulfilling your heart's desire, and the commandments of the Most High, or the kingdom of the Most High, ain't your goal in life, everything you doing means nothing. You can die today in that little business you running, your children will squander that.
Sure.
Blow all your business contacts. Huh? Leave all the drywall screws down in the driveway.
Yeah.
Huh? Do all type of stuff that you wasn't doing. Like, you got a good name out here for your little business you've been running.
That's right.
But you die and tried your best to give your children that instruction, and within a month they're gonna blow it in Vegas. Vanity of vanities. Come on, Hebrew.
For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool forever.
For who?
Forever.
Come on.
Seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man? As the fool.
Yeah, you'll soon forget. You feel me? People die every day and you forget about it. You ain't as amped no more about Sandra Bland. Last time y'all talked about her. You ain't popping off no more about Tamir Rice. The young brother was gunned down in the park for playing with a toy gun. Feel me? When you cut off, your memory is soon forgotten.
That's right.
Your loved ones may hold on to it for a little minute or whatever, but as the days go by, they're not talking about you as much no more.
Oh, yeah.
Your memory is quickly fading away. You see? So he like, then what I was wise for? Same thing happened to the fool, happened to the wise.
That's right.
Come on, Hebrew.
Therefore I hated life.
I would?
Hated life.
Come on.
Because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of the
Now that's
spirit.
powerful there for a man to achieve everything his heart desired. And at the end of his life, he's saying, I hated life. That's powerful right there. That really make you switch up your perspective in life.
Yeah.
Like, he got everything that his heart desired. So what if you achieve everything your heart desired? You feel me? There's a possibility that you could be feeling how he's feeling. That's scary right there, boy. Because your goal is not the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
And everything else you're just doing to feed your family. Call it that. What do you do for a living? My job is the scriptures. What do you want to ask me what I do to feed my family? Well, that's a whole other topic.
Absolutely.
We can talk that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a whole other topic.
Yes, sir.
Serving of the Lord is my occupation.
That's right.
That ain't our mindset today, though. Our mindset is, I'm a journeyman. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you talking. All is vanity. Come on, Hebrew.
Yeah, I hated all my labor which I had taken under the sun, because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me.
He's conflicted. He's like, man, look, I'm going to leave it to my son. Or who's to say my son going to be wise in my absence? Who's to say somebody ain't going to get in this area and say, look, cash in, boy, we going to Vegas.
That's right.
We finna blow all that. Huh? Once you give up the ghost and take that grave nap, that dust nap or whatever, you have no control over what happens under the sun.
That's right.
You have no control over it. Come on, Hebrew.
And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This is also vanity.
Like, dang, everything I worked so hard for, I can't take with me. And who's to say if I leave it to my son or whoever, that they gonna do what I did with it? Vanity. His soul, his spirit is being torn. Like, dang. I done actually lost focus on what this is about. Ask yourself, have you lost focus? This thing about the kingdom, when you done talking and when you put everything in proper perspective, a lot of the petty arguments will go off the table.
That's right.
Yeah, like whatever. Fire and brimstone is coming. It's all vanity anyway. What are we arguing about? Like, what are some of your arguments that you're going to tell the Lord for you not doing what he told you to do? I'm still waiting on an excuse somebody can give me.
Yeah.
Give me one valid excuse.
Right.
That you got that you're going to tell the Most High. This the reason why I stopped doing what you created me to do is because I was arguing about, and you think that he going to be like, oh man, that's all good. Come on up in here.
Right.
No, if it was no excuse for Solomon, what make you think it's an excuse for you? The Most High appeared to him twice, gave him wisdom beyond his years, gave him riches, glory, honor, and he still willingly went against the Most High. What makes you think that ain't you? Think about every time you compromise and get complacent or something. You know what I'm saying? Go soft on the situation. Yeah, it's okay. They just kids. Huh? They just kids partaking in the Babylonian rituals. Right. That you know originated in Satanism. It's okay though. You know, it's fine. They're kids. They'll grow out of it. Meanwhile, you the one that's been put in charge of your children.
That's right.
And been commanded to train them up the right way. Come on, Hebrew.
Therefore I went about to cause my heart to despair of all the labor which I took under the sun.
Yeah.
For there is a man whose labor is in wisdom, and in knowledge, and in equity. Yet to a man that had not labored therein, shall he leave it for his portion? This also is vanity and a great evil.
Even your spiritual wisdom and the riches you lay up. You feel me? Everything. Like, who's to say that who you imparted it to is gonna do what they supposed to do with it? You feel me? Just like you got physical riches, you got spiritual riches. Who's to say that who you leave even your spiritual inheritance to, they gonna do what they supposed to do with it? You feel me? We train these children up, but who's to say they gonna do that in your absence?
That's right.
Huh? Who's to say they really gonna have that hand to the plow like you was going when you had it? Who's to say? You feel me? Vanity of vanity. The man is conflicted. Vanity of vanity. All his vanity, say of the preacher. At the end of his life, when he achieved everything that you will never get. Wow. Brother, you had something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, somebody gonna come along and say, you only got one life to live.
Yeah. But look, hey, but that's what the Most High said. You only got one life to live. I put before you life and death, good and bad. Choose life. Huh? Swim at your own risk. There you got one life to live. Well, take that opportunity to be righteous.
Right, exactly.
Take the opportunity to do what you know you're supposed to be doing.
Because only a portion of it will be in his flesh. The rest of it will be in eternity.
Come on, Hebrew.
For what hath man of all his labor, and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun? For all his days are sorrow, and his travail grief. Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also bad.
Oh, man. Conflicted. Can't even sleep. You know how I be, boy, when you can't look yourself in the face in the mirror? Is that evil you done did, boy? You know how I be when you done cuss yourself out. You know you... Yeah. You know you really been low. You done cussed yourself out. Look at yourself in that mirror, boy.
That's right.
Oh, man. You've been low. Yeah, lower than a footprint low.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, come on, Hebrew.
There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his life.
You hear what Solomon saying at the end of his life? Boy, eat good and drink good and enjoy yourself. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Huh? All the days of your vanity. That's your portion. Enjoy yourself. He ain't said don't enjoy yourself. Just know there's a judgment coming.
That's right.
Whatever you do, know you can't cross a certain line. Enjoy yourself, you know, chill on back, relax, play your Frankie Beverly and Maze like the elders, you know.
Yes, sir.
Do your thing, you know.
Joy and pain.
He said, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Yeah. It's all vanity. They go skating like the youngsters do, you know, about 3 times a week. They be out there, you know what I'm saying, skating backwards and, you know what I'm saying? Skinny, crazy legged and, yeah, I hear you. Enjoy your vanity, my brother. I ain't mad at you. Judgment is coming, though.
That's right.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
This also I saw, that it was from the hand of Yah.
It was from the hand of God. There's nothing better for you to do to eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of your labor. It's from the hand of the Most High. He don't want you as a robot, you feel me? You can have fun, just have fun in righteousness. Come on, Hebrew.
For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I?
Come on.
For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight, wisdom and knowledge and joy.
So somebody that's good in his sight, they receive wisdom, knowledge, and joy. Come on, Hebrew.
But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yah. This also is vanity and vexation of the spirit.
I got one more I want to hear before we get out of here. Chapter 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 9. Examining the mind of Solomon, the beginning of his kingship all the way down to the end right before he died. I'm glad Hosea pulled that testament of Solomon, because it showed, it showed when the glory and wisdom of the Most High left him. When he started dealing with them other gods and got weak. You feel me? He got weak. And so once that happened, he started writing his memoirs. Like, look, man, I'm the preacher you're talking about. I'm the son of David.
That's right.
I'm David's promised son. I'm the one that, you feel me, built the temple. I'm the one that had all the glory and the wisdom. Right. Everything I wanted, and I still willfully turn my back on my creator and serve Hashatan.
It's like the more and more you actually study his writings, like the whole time he's telling you that he's effed up.
Yeah, he know it too. He know he messed up. And only the books of heaven know, or only the Most High know if he's gonna be allowed to the kingdom. Because he willfully went against the Most High. It wasn't like he was tricked into it. You feel me? And if all 700 of them heifers, them wives of his, had 700 different gods, so y'all realize those are 700 different altars to a foreign god, a pagan god in the land of Israel. And with each altar, there comes rituals and a body of notes.
That's right.
You feel me? He just gave up and say, look, man, y'all have that. Do what you want to do. Do what thou wilt. Do what you want to do. And he turned a blind eye to it. Even though he asked for wisdom to judge between right and wrong.
That's right.
Like he did with the baby and the two harlots and the baby. He asked for wisdom so he could properly discern and judge between what's right and wrong. You feel me? And the time came when this same wise and righteous judge said, the hell with it. Whatever. I give up. But he's writing this at the end of his life like, hey, look, this is what this is about. You better fear the Most High and keep his commandments. That's the whole duty of man, because he's going to call every work into judgment. Every secret thing, whether it be good or evil. You feel me? Everything you think, say, and do is recorded.
That's right.
Eyes of the Most High 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding the good and the evil. Most High got excellent bookkeepers.
That's right.
Excellent bookkeepers. He sees everything.
Well, the blessing in that valley too, at least he had sense enough at his latter end to have that
No doubt.
recall.
No
He
doubt.
come back and say, let me bring these back to everybody to remember my life.
Right.
Ain't nobody get no higher than this, and all y'all gonna be stupid.
Right.
Not on this level. It's still in all. My last words are these.
Yeah.
Which may save a lot.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. May save a whole bunch.
That's right. And let me say this before we enter the next chapter. See, it's something, when the books are open, the deal is if your name is not found in the book. So when you understand the writing and you accept, your name go into the book of life. It's not to get it blotted out, because that's what Moses said when he came down right after they come out of the Red Sea. He had the Ten Commandments. He'd look up, hey y'all, I got they down there partying already. Worshiping Molech at that point.
Yep.
Just come out of Egypt.
Worshiping Molech.
Partying, orgies going on. And Moses asked the Most High, blot my name out.
Right.
Not theirs. He's like, no, every tube got to sit on his own box. You can't, you're not the promised seed anyway to take on the sins of the world. You're asking too much. You want a whole lot for $2, Moses. You're asking too much.
$2.
I told you. You know, so you have to understand that at the end, he's looking for your name, and when he's going like this,
You show right.
and you start to get to the end of the book in the last page, and he
Oh wait, that's ugly.
I don't see your name here. Your name have been blotted out. It's been scratched from the record. It was in there, but it was scratched on judgment they were looking for. If it ain't done, you ain't got nothing coming. Y'all know the name on the list of VIP, you go to parties? I should be on there, Earl Merriweather. Like, no, ain't no Earl Earl, ain't no Meriwether. Can you get to man? We can't get nothing. Get to the end of the line. And when you get back up here, maybe you'll have who you're looking for, or we get the connection. But you ain't getting in.
When I changed my name, Trial and Cleophas.
Yeah. No Cleophas either.
I hear you talking.
Yeah, so same in like manner, your name, we're fighting not to get our name blotted out. That's what Satan doing, because if your name blotted out, you company with him. You gonna be with him if your name ain't in that book. So that's what the war is about, y'all, to make sure we fight until the end to keep your name in the book.
Real tough. You got some over here? Shit, bro?
Yeah, like the brother was saying, a person can come through with their mentality, oh, well, I only have one life to live anyway. But the wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, kind of speaks on, you know, I don't know how that's the wrong way of thinking that, you know, we only got one life to live, let's party, it's all vanity.
From 1999.
You're right. Yeah, wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, kind of expounds on why that's not the proper way of thinking.
Yeah, the wisdom of Solomon. Like, look, he let it be known. And look, they was evil, and they was talking about being that life is short. You feel me? And our life is as a vapor. They say, how about we use our short time to be evil instead of be righteous?
Yeah.
You feel me? So what they thinking was right, but what wasn't right was their mindset.
Right.
Like if you know you got a short time, a hand breath, a nanosecond, you feel me, in this life, why don't you use to do what's right so you can be spurred in that day?
That's right.
But in Wisdom Solomon 2 that she brought up, they was thinking, okay, life is short, you know, hey, how about we be evil with our short time?
That's right.
You feel me? Let us persecute the righteous. They vex us with their righteousness and all that. You feel me? So look, being you got one shot and one bullet, they don't miss, man.
That's right.
You feel me? Don't miss. Make sure you handling your business out there. And where we at?
Chapter 9, verse 1.
Hey, that's like in too on Sunday church. They need a whole different set of body of notes. It's like Solomon got a whole set of body of notes.
Yeah.
Those other guys.
Absolutely.
When you go to church on Sunday, they give you a whole different set of notes, body of notes. You know, the church rules and
Church
covenants and laws.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that makes sense.
Modern day.
Yeah, because with all these gods come bodies of notes, comes idols, rituals, festivities. You feel me?
Right.
It's more than just a little statue you made. Like, okay, what comes along with that? You feel me? A whole way of worship, which makes it idolatry. The idol is the false god. The worship of that god is the idolatry.
Like Tina Turner and what love got to do with it.
Yeah, she was into a Buddhism. Ain't nobody calling on Buddha when it get real though. Nobody. All right, Ecclesiastes chapter 9, start at verse 1. We're going to read this and get about it.
Verse 1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked.
Y'all hear that? One event.
Man.
Come on, you all equal in the grave. All right, come on.
To the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, and to him that sacrifices, and to him that sacrifices not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath.
One event unto all, slave or master, rich or poor, bond or free. Huh? Come on, bro.
This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun.
Yeah.
That there is one event unto all.
He called it an evil. You heard what he said? He said, this is an evil among all things that are done under the sun. He called it evil. There's one event unto all. Come on, Hebrew.
Yeah. Also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. And after that, they go to the dead.
You see that? Come on, Hebrew.
For to him that is joined to all the living, there is hope.
Right.
For a living dog is better than a dead lion.
That's powerful right there. Because a lion is the king of the jungle. Right. But if he dead, a living dog better than him. A living dog is better than the king of the jungle because the king of the jungle is dead. There's hope to those that are still living. You have a chance to repent and get better every day. But once you cut off, it's a wrap. It's nothing that you can do. The decisive decree has come forth.
That's right.
There's nothing you can do about that. Come on, Hebrew.
For the living know that they shall die.
Yeah.
But the dead know not anything.
Oh.
Neither have they any more a reward. For the memory of them is forgotten.
The living know they got to take that dirt nap or go to that long home. The dead don't know nothing about what's going on under the sun. Once you exit this realm, you don't know nothing about little Johnny scoring 3 touchdowns. No, ain't none of that happening. Kingdom of heaven is coming to earth according to the scripture. There will be a resurrection of the dead. You see? You go to sleep. That's what happens. Huh? And either you're going to rest with the righteous or be temporarily tormented until judgment day. Everybody don't rest in peace. If you've been evil, you're gonna get a head start on the torment that's coming. You're gonna be tormented.
Question, man. In Luke 16, man, when Lazarus and the rich man, okay, when he passed away, it seemed like he still had a sense to know to ask Father Abraham, hey, send Lazarus back up to my folk.
Yeah.
I know we were rich and we lived wicked.
Yeah.
I won't let you eat off the ground.
That's right.
Let alone the table you did, so I know how my people are.
Yeah.
So he had the mindset.
Yeah, it's a consciousness. It's a level of consciousness after you die. He just ain't know what they was doing at that point. He just knew I got brothers. Like, dang, you did? Like, I pray they don't come into this place. Right? But what they was doing at that moment, at that time, he didn't know. You feel me? He just was like, look, send word to my people that they don't come into this place of torment. You understand? He like, look, they got that Bible. They don't want to hear Moses and the prophets. They don't want to hear nobody. Though they rose from the grave. You feel me? So that shows you everybody don't rest in peace.
That's right.
Lazarus was resting in Abraham's bosom. The rich man was being temporarily tormented until judgment comes. That's when the lake of fire is open and death and hell, or death in the grave, is thrown into the lake of fire. You feel me? That's the second death. That's in Revelation. So everybody don't rest in peace. If you've been evil as all hell, you're not going to be resting with the righteous. Now, that's another sobering reality that you got to answer for. So you get a sneak peek, basically, or a head start on the eternal judgment that's coming. You know, and that's your soul we're talking about. When we talking about your spirit, they go back to the Most High. You feel me? Your body return back to dust. But what about that conscious or that soul or that mind? Where that go? You see what I'm saying? Because they all the same thing. Mind, soul, consciousness is the same thing. Where that go? What they got to give an account for? Well, that's either going to rest with righteous men and women from the beginning of time until the judgment comes, or it's going to be temporarily tormented. You feel me? Where the wicked at until that lake of fire is opened.
That's right. That's
all it is. But that's the soul of those men that they was talking about, the consciousness, right? But he didn't know if his father was cooking beef stew that night. You feel me? He just knew he had family. And like, look, let's send them words so they don't come here. He said, look, they got the Bible, they got everything they need to abduct torment. They got the Bible.
That's right.
They need to hear the Bible.
AZ got a question.
Yeah, AZ.
I was just saying, so that means even when he was telling you then, that man's still in that position right now to this moment.
Yeah. Resurrection has not happened. As a whole, resurrection of Messiah has, you understand? But the resurrection has not happened. And that's what we waiting on. What you call good old judgment day. We almost appeared before the throne of Messiah.
That's right.
You say in the book of Romans and Corinthians and all that. We still waiting on that day. You feel me? So if that ain't happened, that means everybody that ever died is either resting with the righteous or being temporarily tormented. And they in both spots until judgment comes. Well, that's about the return of Messiah, the resurrection of the dead, and everybody get their portion. That's what that's about. So everybody don't rest in peace. Everybody don't. Uzziah, go ahead, Doc.
So it's safe to say that so there is a pre-lake and then you got Abraham's bosom.
Yeah. The resting spot for your soul. Either your soul was righteous or, and look, as soon as you die, you gonna know.
That's right.
As soon as you die, you gonna know. It's like you getting locked up for a traffic warrant versus getting locked up for premeditated first-degree murder. We both get booked in at the same time. You feel me? But my time finna be a breeze. I'm about here. As soon as I see the judge, I'm up out of here. All my people finna come buy me out. I'm good.
That's a good example.
You, I don't know about you. They got you on camera,
Right.
thinking about the crime,
Right.
doing the crime,
Right.
and they got a confession. Yeah, you going them ways. You ain't finna get out no time soon. It's the same thing. We all may get booked in together. You feel me? But we don't go to the same spot.
That's right.
That's the
And
analogy.
Paul
we
talked
do.
about that too in 2 Corinthians. He said he journeyed to paradise in a vision and saw things unspeakable that he couldn't repeat. You know, so and he called it paradise of Abraham's bosom. In the Testament of Levi, in the Testament of the 12 patriarchs, Levi talk about that third level of heaven called paradise. It's the place where the Messiah told a thief on the cross, know this day you're going to be with me in paradise. So you have to understand there's different levels of heaven. It's just not the one we see and then you count. But that third level is where the righteous soul rests, and there's a great gulf between the middle, and the wicked lay right there and tormented until they go from there to the lake of fire.
That's ugly.
So it's safe to say that one thief that was on the cross that got his ass plucked out, where he is.
Who, the one who fat mouth?
That was not repentant.
Yeah, fat mouth right there.
Yeah.
Fat mouth and on the cross.
Yeah.
And a known robber up there for his steal. And say, look, he can't even save himself, man. Why you wasting your breath? Like, okay, we'll see. We'll see you doing some howling too.
So is that the whole, I just wonder where they got the whole idea of purgatory from, like the Catholic Church? That's how
I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely, but the only difference from there, they say this to get them out of purgatory. And I ain't talking about book, money.
That's about books. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can give the church a big enough offering, and that will get your loved one out of torment. That's the whole doctrine behind purgatory. Yeah, or pray to Mary or some type of madness. Come on, let's finish this up.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished.
Yeah.
Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun.
Done under the sun. Come on.
Go thy way.
Do what?
Go thy way.
Come on.
Eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. For God now accepteth thy work.
It say enjoy yourself. Feel me? Eat your bread, drink your wine with a merry heart. The Most High accepts your works. You feel me? No, you ain't we ain't talking about being a robot. Like, no, enjoy yourself. But you can enjoy yourself in righteousness.
That's
the
right.
whole thing. Being wicked is not what's called fun. Being evil is not fun. Get that out your mind. But you can serve the Most High and still enjoy yourself. Eat your bread, drink your wine. You know, we festive people. We love to barbecue.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Smoke some lamb or something, and, you know, pour up some wine and praise the Most High. Enjoy yourself. The Most High now accepts your works. Come on, Hebrew.
Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment.
Come on.
Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity.
Of thy who?
Of thy
It
vanity.
said live joyfully with your spouse. Enjoy yourself. Dang, but they called it vanity at the end. Man, what's up with that? Dang. He say enjoy yourself, but don't forget that it's vain. Enjoy yourself though, you know. Enjoy, you know. Love your spouse. Eat good, drink good. But don't forget that it's worthless. You understand? If the focus ain't the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
Everything you doing is worthless. It don't even matter. You feel me? Nah, I wouldn't even, nah, I'm just gonna say no, no, brother. No, you know, show some self-control.
Yeah.
Rule your spirit, you understand? But notice it called it vanity. Vanity, that's a hard pill for a lot of us to swallow.
Yes, sir.
All right, come on, Hebrew.
Which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity. For that is thy portion in this life.
It's your portion in your life, you feel me? Come on.
And in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
Come on.
Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might.
Do it with what?
With thy might.
Whatever you plan on doing, you better hurry up. Hourglass, the sand is sliding through that hourglass. You ain't got long. And whatever you plan on doing, you better get to it. You feel me? in a righteous manner. You plan on doing certain things and making certain moves and, you know, to establish your house a little better. You better get to it. You better get to it. Time's ticking. 250,000 people die every 24 hours. Our number's coming up. So Solomon at the end of his life say, look, whatever you got planned to do, you better get to it. Don't be the type that leave unfinished business. Start something and never finish. Whatever you got going on, get to it.
That's right.
All the days of your vanity, that's your portion in this life. This is your portion. Enjoy yourself. It's all vanity. Whatever you plan on doing, get to it. Come on, Hebrew.
For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave.
In where?
In the grave.
Come on.
Whither thou goest.
Ain't none of that popping in the grave. Come on, keep reading, my brother.
I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all.
Time and chance happeneth to them all. You on the Most High's watch. Race ain't giving everything that the world tell you is about. The fastest, the strongest, the swiftest, the wisest. You like, look, all of this is on the Most High's timepiece. Everything you doing, man's goings are of the Lord.
That's right.
So how can you understand your own way? Come on, Hebrew.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Man knoweth also what?
Not his time.
You don't know when that death angel coming to knock on that door, boy. You don't know when the Most High done held court over your soul and cast your chips in. You know when? Of course you don't know. Huh? Man don't know his time. Come on, huh?
As the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Yeah, it's like the fish don't wake up that morning in the pond, there's a little guppy or whatever. You feel me? In his mind, he's gonna swim forever. You don't wake up that morning knowing, boy, I'm about to get caught and I'm about to be on somebody's plate by the night.
Fish.
But see how the fish don't consider this could be my last swim?
Right.
Man wake up every day and feel he's gonna make it through the day.
Yep, they gonna live well.
He don't consider, even though he see death every day, he don't consider, you feel me, that this could be my last day. This could be my final test.
That's right.
You don't even consider it. You like a fish all of a sudden took, or a bird that's caught in a snare. Then you like, dang, there it is, huh? I spent my time arguing with the old lady over the cable bill. Bad business. You wasn't talking about nothing righteous when you got took about her? What you was talking about? Cardi B and Offset from the Migos or something. What you was talking about?
Right.
Come on, Hebrew.
This wisdom have I seen also under the sun.
Yeah.
And it seemed great unto me.
All right.
There was a little city.
There was a who?
A little city.
Come on.
And few men within it.
And a few men within this little city, right? Come on.
And there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man.
A poor who?
Wise man.
He's poor, but he's wise. He ain't rich and foolish. In this same city that this king came against, there was one poor little wise man in there. You know the type of you shun at today, he ain't got nothing. He rides the bus, girl. Bro, maybe one of the most wisest cats in the city. You don't know. You dig? One poor little wise man. Right? Come on, Hebrew.
And he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man.
You hear that? Talking about some vanity, huh? Vexation. But this poor wise man is the one that delivered the city from being taken by their king. Nobody remembers. Wow. Come on, Hebrew.
Then said I, wisdom is better than strength.
Right.
Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
Like wisdom is better than strength, but if you poor and wise, don't nobody want to hear you. He's broke, girl. His check ain't big enough. No matter what he talk about out that Bible, he broke. So, all right, so you get this situation where you ain't trying to hear it, even though he's dealing with wisdom.
That's right.
He dealing with the Most High. You feel me? But based off his social status, you can't hear what he's saying.
That's right.
We became vain as a people, man. You did. We became vain. You can't. Since when you can't hear wisdom? Come on, Hebrew.
The words of wise men are heard in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools.
Ooh.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Wisdom is what?
Better than weapons of war. But one sinner destroyed much good.
Man, there's plenty more, y'all. We're going to end it right there. We just examining the mindset of Solomon.
Yeah.
His rise, why he was ruling, and then even his fall. And when he writing his memoirs, he let it be known, hey, fear the Most High, keep his commandments. That's your own duty.
May have saved.
Dang, don't be the one that the Most High deal with, and then you willingly turn your back and start serving Hashatan. Willingly. Give up and stop policing situations and all that. That's your job, especially as a man.
Yeah.
Your job is to police who, what, where, when, how, why, no, That's your job.
Right.
That's your job. Adam was supposed to do that in the garden.
That's right.
Police the situation. Who, what, not, that's a who? Not, no. We not doing that. That's your job. Solomon got old and he got complacent and he stopped policing the situation.
He lost the house.
And he lost the kingdom behind that.
Yes, sir.
All right, let that not be us.
That's right. Y'all read that whole Numbers 30th chapter. It talks about the man of the house or in the house perspective, so to speak, y'all. So, like we talk about, you know, teachers down here, y'all.
Y'all listen up, listen up.
Anybody that's feeling like they done studied the matter and they ready to present a class, we in a rotation up here. Get in the rotation if you feel it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't subject to us, because if you don't teach it or you don't give it away, you can't keep it. It ain't gonna stay with you if you don't give it away constantly.
Yeah.
You have to give it away so it stay with you. But the devil comes.
Let me say this too, Daniel. All these secret societies today, they attribute all their hidden knowledge and wisdom. They got it from Solomon. Every secret society, and at the base and worship of every secret society, they admit they worship the devil.
Yeah.
You feel me? He got a lot of blood on his hands. Will he be spared in that day? We don't know. I don't got a kingdom or a lake of fire to put him in.
That's right.
You feel me? But all these secret societies, thousands of years later, attribute all their knowledge from Solomon.
That's right. Y'all just want to make it put it out there.